Alrighty. I have a lot to say about that. Can you guess who I am? Or perhaps you can guess who I am. Or perhaps you can guess who I am. We got a full house tonight. I couldn't. It was too stupid. I was like, what if I just did this for another 30 minutes? As the whole pre-show is just me talking to me. Ugh. Yeah. And you going, or am I Katie, perhaps? You never truly know. That's the fun part. Hey! It's us. Who would have thought? Yeah, it sounds like holiday seasons, man. Traveling or sick, that's the tune of December. That's the song of December. I'm calling it right now, man. How you been? Mhm. Yeah. Oh. That might have been fun. Did you at least get to go out to Infinity Weekend at all? Get to scoop up a few whole new worlds?
I did. Apparently my microphone wasn't muted, it just wasn't working. You could hear me. They didn't need to hear me. But I did get to go play and win some whole new worlds. Win, I should say, is wrong. Everyone who played basically got 3. It was not a huge
What?
turnout. There was like 13 to 16 people. And it was free, so there was no prizes. At the end, they gave everyone 2, and they're like, we're a couple short, and father and son were like, hey, we don't need more, so you can give everyone 1 if you want. I was thinking they were gonna do like 2 more for winning or like top cut, and maybe just give them out that way. But since they give it away, it like blanketed everyone to get 3, which was pretty cool.
That's really awesome. I wish that had happened. We went to one, my wife and I, where it was like only about 16 or no 20 people showed up, but we all only got the 1. I was hoping that they'd go, well, we got 40 and 20 of you showed up, so let's hand out 2. But they're saving them for additional prizing on other stuff.
I mean, as long as they give them away as prizes,
oh yeah,
I'm fine with that. It's the reselling of promos that kind of gets me upset.
Yeah. When you go on TCG Player, like before
15.
the weekend even starts, and you see 40 for sale.
Yeah,
for
from a store, nonetheless,
Yeah.
right? Like, okay.
We
bought them from the players afterwards. Okay, yep.
All 40.
But besides random shady things like that, I think it was okay. I mean, I saw a few polls where people were like, "Did you even care?" I saw that Ryan had a not like R&B didn't have a fantastic Infinity Weekend. Had issues like the first 2 places he went to didn't have their promos. One of them canceled it. One of them was like, "We'll get it to you later," I guess. So he should get one for that, hopefully, if they do. And then he went and played at another one. So he played in like 3 or 4 events and only got like 1 promo.
Yeah. Some of them they're just on layaway. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I played at a store where they didn't have the Jafar promos in time. but the top 8, they just like mailed them out to us. They took down our address, and I was like,
I mean,
yo,
that's
that's
nice of them to
really
do at
cool.
least.
Yeah.
I had one where we had to go back to the store to get it because
Yeah.
they didn't have them.
Yeah.
But, logistics like that happen. Some people are like, why didn't they have them already? Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense why they didn't. You don't want to send promos too early because then, you don't want to entice people into being the bad stores that sell their promos online or something like that. Well, I mean, maybe you give them to them early and then you cancel the stores that do that as a way to catch them, but that seems too in depth of entrapment.
You gotta have investigators come in and solve out who's selling the promos early. Yeah, no, I never even thought of it from that angle. But I mean, that in combination with the fact that we're in the middle of probably the biggest amount of pressure on delivery services, right? We're approaching Christmas time. It's coming fast here, and I mean, I totally get it. If
it could have been mailed a little early, maybe, because of the Christmas thing. But we have been, sadly, having issues with postal things. I miss the postal service of a few years ago. I always liked it. Some people complained. I don't know. I've sent thousands of orders through TCG Player, through the U.S. Postal Service, and haven't really had issues at all.
Yeah, those thousands were just the docks alone, right?
Yeah, at least some. I gave away a lot of those on the stream. All right. Yeah, I mean, when I bought them, they were very cheap, right? So it's like, yeah, I gave all these $5 cards away on stream. I only bought them for $0.25, but let's not think about the initial cost and what the lost value, But anyways, for our first matchup tonight, we have. I'm gonna double check their rankings before I start saying things foolish
All right. Well,
and get them wrong.
I'm going to go ahead and say, I hope that you all enjoyed your Infinity weekend. I had a lovely time playing. I just played Amber Steel Aggro because that's what I had sleeved up, and then I just threw in. You throw in a couple Island Wheeze. You throw in
just some new fun things.
Yeah, a couple new fun tools. Take out those Plutos.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the better decks in the format, honestly. Nala, I lost one game all Infinity Weekend, and it was to Daisy, Nala type opens.
Yeah,
where it's just
Piglet.
Okay. Yeah.
Piglet Shmee.
Oh, no, it was all Nalas. I had the Fire the Cannons, but they didn't have Piglets. They had Nalas and Daisies, so it didn't work. Okay, but it is Seed 4, The Inkredibles, versus Seed 10, Luxury. And they, in their own divisions, Luxury came in Seed 6th, and Inkredibles came in Seed 3rd. So they were really close to getting top 2. They were 2 points away. SLTC just got a lot of sweeps. When they won, they won.
Gotcha. So we got a lot at stake here tonight, is what you're saying, what I'm hearing.
A little bit. I mean, there's so much honor at stake here, and whatever we end up doing for the trophy, maybe it will be the rings, which is what I'm hoping for. I'm trying to find some that actually look good. It is an issue. Apparently, Super Bowl rings are not cheap to acquire unless you want not good ones. I don't know.
It's actually just plastic rings that look
that's what I fear is when I first saw the first sample things or the pictures, this looks like a good idea, and then when I went more in depth in the ordering process, I'm like, oh, these look really not up to what they should be. But we're trying something else out. Hopefully it works, because I like the concept of a ring, because even if you don't want to wear it on your finger, you can still put it on a necklace or something like that. Maybe we'll do giant pendants, that could be. Maybe they'll spin, like an ICL spinner.
I like that. An ICL spinner? Oh.
Like a WC or a belt, maybe? I don't know. But
a belt. Ooh. Always good.
I'm a big fan of Camille Whisper, as some people know, from the Inkredibles. He top 8 PPG 5K, top 128 in Seattle DLC, 3rd at PPG Gemver sealed event. I don't know if how he's done this season. The card's a little out of date. I'm assuming he's done well enough. And he's playing against a Luxury Zone Danzor, who many people are aware of as a Blurple player, plays a lot, well-known Blurple player, top 32 DLC Milwaukee, top 25 NA Continentals, top 4 DF Dallas Fort Worth DLC, and he played Blurple before. It was cool. So, pretty good resume. Pretty good resume.
Yeah. That's a man who has held a golden Mickey in his hands, which is more than most of us can say.
Yeah, it's a nice thing. I mean, 50% of these players have held golden Mickeys in their hands. 50% of these casters have held golden Mickeys. I mean, it seems like a pretty common thing. I don't know, Brent.
50% of the people I know have won these. Yeah, casters alone. Which casters have won other than you? Oh, I get it. 50% is in you and me.
Yes.
I was like, what? Did JDZ win a...
Yeah, you didn't know that? JDZ and Katie picked their Mickeys up this last weekend.
Yeah.
If only.
Killer. I think that for the CCQs, I think if you win a CCQ, I feel like you should get a golden Mickey. I don't know if that's controversial, but...
Well, I mean, I would agree with that, but I would also then want the top 4 players to get invited, and then I would expect those events to be 2 to 4 times the size, at least.
I think we're building up to that.
That's what I would like to see, like a micro DLC, like instead of a couple 100-person event, because then I don't know, it feels like it's too big for what it is and not big enough for what it wants to be.
Yeah, it's in a weird limbo kind of area, isn't it? Right now, but you gotta put it up somewhere. You gotta start the groundwork to get to where you want. Ooh.
You want to read these ones?
Yeah, Randall Jeffries from the Inkredibles. Consistently define the meta 3 sets in advance every set. Consistently play cards that opponents have to pick up and read. I do not work for Ravensburger, I promise. What a Well, that's all I need to know. What a list of credentials. I love that. That's my favorite list of credentials I think I've ever seen. Meanwhile, on the other side, Luxury Gaming, a player you might have heard of, Mr.
Maybe.
72 cards himself. Hamza Khan, Luxury Gaming 6th in DLC Atlanta, 34th in DLC Vegas. Funny enough, I sat next to him and Zach Bivens facing off in round 5 or 6. And I was like, wow, that's crazy that Zach can...
That was like the round that they probably could have both drawn in to top cut too. But Zach was like, nah, I'm going for blood.
He got first. He went first and did that whole thing. And I was like, yo, that's nuts. I was like, you guys both want to play? And Hamza says, well, he wants to play.
He wants to play.
Still made it, though, to 34th DLC Vegas, 17th DLC Seattle, 10th North American Continentals, 24th at Worlds, the 72 card special. Everybody says 60 cards or bust, right? You tell me,
I'm a 60 card truther, so
yeah. What is he doing? What is he doing that we don't understand? Is my question.
All right, so there are times that you could play more than 60, or at least have some arguments for it. Occasionally, if there's a redundancy of the cards you need. Like if there's 3 cards that be prepared, like Sisu be prepared and something else you play, and you only need 1 of them, and you don't need to run maximum amounts, it's okay, right? Like, while I fundamentally disagreed with Hamza at the time because he notoriously played red-blue, is that there's not redundancy of Flaversham. And so that's why I disagreed there. But gotcha. He had cards that he played that he felt did create a redundancy. And so since he thought he could create that redundancy, he would play more cards so he could run more silver bullets. So then when the games would go long and he had the ability to dig deep and see more cards, he could then see some more cards that would be silver bullety to do things and have a bigger impact. And this was also at a time that, Fishbone Quill was in the meta and whatnot, so he had an ability to hide that. Whether or not that's still why he does it, I don't know. He might just like it. I have a friend who will always play 61, will never play 60. That's just his thing. Maybe he's gone into that. He's obviously a great player, and he's making it work for him.
Man, yeah, I always question, like, is there some kind of crazy math going on that makes you, that he understands fundamentally that, like, I could never.
I mean, sometimes it's like, I need to play these amount of uninkables that you just have to max out on all of them. And to do it and not get ink screwed, you need to play a higher amount of cards to increase your inkability density. And that is a big reason why they were playing 66 or 67 in set 1 Ruby Amethyst.
I got you on the 6-7 memes. Who are these new folks? I've never seen these two before.
Well, I'll take care of the luxury card. Allie from Luxury Gaming, amazing player, great person. Stayed with her and the rest of Luxury. Our team did. At the time we were Labyrinth, but the Maelstrom boys, we all stayed with Luxury at the Dallas DLC. So it was great getting to meet all of them there. This is her first TCG. Has a Lorcana Princess collection, has a matte collection, and her favorite food is ice cream. I do believe you mentioned that last time. Obviously, the person whose favorite food is ice cream is correct. And if you don't like ice cream, what's wrong with you? I mean, maybe that's a hot take, but ice cream's bae.
I think it's a cold take.
Oh, I mean, fried ice cream, that's like both.
Oh, the best of both worlds. Call it Miley Cyrus. Over on the incredible side, we got Steven Mejia? I don't know. Sorry, Steven. I love you either way. Winner of the Hunter Burton Open.
Nice.
Yeah. The prestigious Hunter Burton Open out in it's DFW, right?
I do believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do a Lorcana and Magic thing.
Yeah. In honor. I don't know why my camera keeps doing this weird AI like flippity thing. I wish it would stop. Hold on. I'm gonna just adjust this real quick. All right. Top 4 PPG Fort Worth. Top 4 at the Lucky Llama. Shout outs back in the day. Remember that? Went 3-0 at locals once. That's a feat that I don't think I've yet achieved. Looks like it will be an incredible match. Hopefully he also likes ice cream. If he does not, then I know who I'm going to be rooting for during this match.
Easy choice, right? Obviously going for the ice cream. It's gonna be tough. Luxury is starting off with some heavy hitters. I think they might have. Just thinking about it, dang, Luxury has a lot of Golden Mickey winners on their team.
Yeah, a lot of them from that Seattle DLC, if I'm not mistaken, right? That was the team that took the Ruby Amethyst Burn deck.
Yeah.
And that
because
was...
Warp has one as well.
That was crazy.
Oof.
Absolutely nuts. No one saw it coming. That was my favorite part. I was just watching going, what? And I believe one of the members in top 8 got the Golden Mickey and said, I got a plane to catch. I'm just going to go. Which is nuts. Absolutely bonkers to me, but I guess
the unfortunate thing is he got to the airport and then his flight was delayed. So like he still could have played.
You knew even more lore than me. At that point, just keep playing. I don't know, man. I guess you got the Golden Mickey. It's time to skate. I got to get home, get to the job, do whatever. But man, I if you get that far, why not have the chance at the glory?
Yeah, it is rough to have to do that. But at least he can just lie to himself and be like, oh, I could have won it. If I would have stayed, I could have won it. But we also chatted, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't let you get it. Sorry. I still... it was not a favorable matchup for him against me. I don't think, anyways. Maybe he just said that to make me feel better, knowing that he would have stolen my win if he had stayed in. It could. Who knows what could have happened? It definitely could have changed the outcome of the round after that, because I think he left before top 8, but maybe he left during top 8. Honestly, it was kind of a blur. I do believe we're just about ready to start when the judge is ready. So we'll probably get going here shortly. I'm like looking at it and I'm like, I'm sure I messed something up somehow. Oh, I think I did. I think I've got one of them backwards. I think I've got Whisper's screen upside down.
I gotta say, Danksor? What a
Danzor.
great name.
Danzor.
Danzor. Oh, I thought he was going for like dank. Like
He's just wet.
Memes. Yeah. He's just wet. Always wet, that Danzor.
Yeah.
And Whisper. All right. We're off to the races. Looks like the players have their hands. Oh, it looks like we're going already. Whisper on the old Emerald Amber. Do we know if it's dogs or if it's Circle of Life? I guess we'll find out in a second.
We're gonna find out, but I'm pretty sure it's Amethyst Steel.
Oh, ooh,
I think.
Steel. Meanwhile, Danzor, Inkin, playing out the Clarabelle turn 1.
I may have. Well, who knows what it is? It's Mono Amber Daisies. This is not what Danzor wants to see.
You also don't want to see your welcome to the bottom of the deck, but yeah, the triple daisy. Is there a way out of this?
This is lemon lime.
Lemon lime. Okay, lemon lime versus seems like mono emerald on the other side, but looks like sapphire emerald coming through, and we don't have the TPO. We got to take a turn off to sail the Azurite Sea here. Are we going to be able to get, okay, we have develop your brain come down. And I mean, with one lonely Clarabelle out here, 2 turns away from being able to shift and really take anything out. I mean, is this just done?
So if Danzor plays Cinderella next turn, and the next turn shifts Clarabelle, we can sing Under the Sea. So
you're right.
If Danzor's on Under the Sea, it's kind of rough at the moment. Hit or miss on whether or not you're playing Under the Sea in your deck. It's also possible that next turn Danzor can go... Oh, let's see what he's got. There's the Mean Malicious. Well, let's hope he's got an Under the Sea at the top of his deck, because that's about the only ways I'm seeing out of this. But there's a world that Danzor draws Sail, plays it, draws 3-cost Prince John, or Prince Philip.
Yeah.
We're part of the way there. There's the other part. All right, so if we hit Sail, we can Sail and then play that and then combo next turn, and that might be able to combo at like 19 life. So there is a crazy world that Danzor can stabilize here.
Yo, yeah, if you're Whisper and you turn
you don't
both Prince Phillips, you are probably not too happy, but you're at 8 lore already. We got a lady out, we got an Ursula out. I mean, we can't even get to Clarabelle yet. We can't even get to shift Clarabelle yet.
I think we're inking Clarabelle now. We might end up having to, because the turn after Clarabelle, I think we might have had a Visions in hand. That's more important, right? The answers post Prince Philip, if we can even do that. But this has to be the Sail turn. If we did not top deck Sail off the top, I don't think it's possible for us to still get there.
And but I'm not going to lie, even if we do, next turn, Whisper's getting to 18 minimum. If he drops a Tramp down, it'll be to 19. But yeah, man, I mean, he gets to 18. What are you going to do? Every single turn? You don't have removal every single turn. I mean, unless
it's not 18 yet. That's 8, 9, and play be 17 if we play a Tramp.
if we
But
play
still,
Trap.
17, 18, 19, right here, it feels like the same. So this is the line we're going for. Maybe we have Under the Sea in the deck. If we have Under the Sea in the deck, that's our out, right? And I'm assuming that's why we didn't scoop, because that is an out. And if we don't have Under the Sea, there's that, or Spooky Spy, as chat's saying. I'm just like, there's no way he's playing Spooky. But it could be.
Out. Yeah,
oh, a card away on the sale.
Oh.
2 cards, I guess, because of the Cindy.
Daisy's really showcasing how good they are into the Emerald Sapphire deck, taking away so many of the combo pieces, but also taking away the pieces like Develop Your Brain, like Visions of the Future that will allow you to search for the card that you need. Meanwhile, Tramp coming down. We're going to be able to quest out 217, as we were saying. Excuse my poor math. Yeah.
Spooky Sight. Like, this is why, like, when if they had Infinity DLC this next weekend, and I had to lock in a deck right now, I would play the Infinity deck I played this weekend, and I would cut the 2 Fire the Cannons for 2 Spooky Sights. Because this Daisy into Nala opening, you just need it. And here in Core, you don't see that as often because they don't have the redundancy with Piglets and Smees. But sometimes that you get this where it's like ladies and daisies. Oh my! It's like you need something. Maybe it is going back to that. Spooky Sight is kind of funny against Amethyst Steel, but the problem with that is then they just shrug, ink, play Demona, refill their hand, play like 2 or 3 cards. It's just like no, like my Danzor saw he didn't top deck the possible outs he had there.
Yeah, Ellie in chat saying he had a line. He said the man himself said he had a line. No idea what it is though. We won't know. It will remain a mystery until it happens, I suppose. But what a quick game. Looks like we might be I mean, is there any better opening for Whisper than specifically 3 daisies and then a Ursula to take away the Mother Knows Best into the lady into the Tramp to then get I struggle to think of a better opener for Whisper on the play there. What a stellar way to play the deck. I mean, sometimes it just be like that. Danzor is going to be on the play now, which should influence a lot because Whisper won't be able to just willy-nilly kind of get out as quick and aggro as he was the last round. But I don't know, man. If you're Danzor, what are we looking for? Are we looking for a Tipo over Sail the Azurite Sea so that we have a little more singing power, a little more? Yeah.
It's tough. It depends on what we're going for. Danzor has shown that he plays 3-cost Philip. So in my mind, his out is playing Philip on 3 and then shifting onto it 2 turns later. But that's kind of a rough turn. So like at that point, going turn 2 Tipo, turn 3 Sail Philip, next turn shift combo seems like a good out. And Prince Philip also can challenge a little bit, can take out. Well, I guess Nala's not on our opponent's side, but like it plus Tipo can take out a Daisy, and that's kind of relevant.
Gotcha. I'm just realizing now also, I don't know if this really matters, but at the top, the 55 minutes has not gone down.
They're untimed. Sorry.
Oh, these matches are untimed. Oh,
for top 8.
A different form of infinity, if you will. Meanwhile, showcasing that A Whole New World card that was given out this past weekend. If you're watching in chat, did you go play Infinity? Did you play? How did you do? How did you find the experience? I'm not gonna lie, man. I really thoroughly enjoyed a nice time where I didn't have to really worry about my deck. I didn't have to worry about doing well. I can just show up, get this magnificent looking card, and just, go about the rest of my day. I was a large fan of that. Os 10A saying, "You don't need to worry about time when Dogs is playing." I'm I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm realizing now your name is Austin. Sorry to call you Austin.
I mean, so what's the A stand for?
Austin A? I don't
Austin A?
know. Austin A. Austin A. That's all.
Maybe it's the last name.
Yeah. That's what it seems like. TJ Parker, shout outs for
Maybe-
judging 2 Infinity events.
Maybe they're Australian and they live in the 10A district.
Oh!
I don't know.
Yeah. One district away from where District 9 took place.
Exactly. Exactly. You're scooping what I'm pooping. I like it.
I'm scooping what you're pooping? I've never heard that.
You've never heard that? Welcome to
I've
terrible Midwestern saying.
Classic Nebraska. The mayor of Nebraska
Whoa.
actually came up with that. All right, sorry. Prince Philip, big old Prince Philip hitting the ink while a Clarabelle comes out. Now, inking the big Prince Philip, to me, means that you probably have another one in hand or you have a few issues. Is that
Yeah,
probably pretty
That's
fair
what
to
I kind
say?
of feel. Like, it's
Yeah.
rough to have that early. I'm assuming it's like duplicates, or we have no other part of the combo, and we have to go all in on Clarabelle and just pray Whisper doesn't open Triple Daisy again.
Yeah, 'cause when I think about Emerald Sapphire, not a lot of uninkable problems. It doesn't feel like there's a ton of uninkables in the deck. Or maybe Danzor has the line that he was talking about, telling old Judge Ellie about, that we have not seen yet. So maybe he's just like sitting really, really pretty. Who knows? Not questing out the Clarabelle usually to me means, okay,
Well,
there's a big Clarabelle
yeah,
incoming.
and you just don't want to get hit by Tramp or Webby one. I was sitting there like, hey, it's a free quest, and I'm like, oh wait, with Webby being printed now, like there's just so many characters that it's like free takedown.
That is true. I forgot about the Webby effect. I was thinking more about the Tramp, and I was like, but if they pay
If
two
they're
for
tramping,
the
that's
Tramp,
fine. That's fine.
yeah, that's not too bad. Meanwhile, the Daisy Duck gonna quest for 2.
Well,
The big
we've got that
Clarabelle, if we
shift
didn't
now.
have it, yeah. Oh, and if that big Clarabelle hits the inkwell, light on her hooves, taps her way into that inkwell, then I think for sure we know that Danzor has the shift line, or had the shift line. We're gonna pay 3, get the Prince Philip down, and yeah, I mean, it feels like Danzor's in control. Even just the speed with which he's making his moves, something about his hand body language just seems more confident to me. I don't know about you, but it feels like he's got this one in the bag.
He feels
Let's see
good.
what Whisper comes back with, though.
I mean, as a Whisper didn't play Double Daisy. Of course, Danzor is feeling great. He's like, I get to play this game.
That's true. That is true. The Triple Daisy opening, even on the draw, while not as powerful on the draw as on the play, the Ursula gonna come down.
Oh, we had the combo in hand.
Not anymore. Not with this
Brutal. We didn't have Cow.
one. We did not. We did have the other Prince Philip though, but now with the Malicious Mean and Scary gone, and that Clarabelle. I mean, as much as we're going to be able to dissuade Whisper from questing too aggressively because of the shift line that we will be able to activate on the next turn. I mean that Clarabelle isn't going to be getting much value if I'm thinking about it, because the Emerald Amber Dogs deck tends to favor putting cards on the board and being a low hand anyway, right?
But if Whisper doesn't ink and play a card, then that's 4 cards in hand. Now, if Whisper inks and plays a card, yeah, it's only 2, and we could shift Clarabelle to draw a card. But imagine if we top deck Under the Sea. Ink Prince John, play Clarabelle, sing Under the Sea, have no cards in hand, get to draw 2 cards after wiping your board. That's game, most likely. Another Daisy.
Another Daisy.
Under the
Ooh.
Sea.
Take
Under
it from
the
me.
Sea. Ink and Prince Philip.
Okay.
That's So I'm assuming we drew an Uninkable or another Prince Philip.
Or it's just the straight up Under the Sea, but we would have seen that by now. We would have subbed
Slow
that
roll.
so fast.
Just a slow roll under the sea.
It's where we find out Danzor, professional poker tilter.
And Whisper did not quest with Daisy, not allowing the Clarabelle to eat it for free, not giving Danzor an extra card to ink. Whisper's like, I want you to ink that Prince Philip. I want you to top deck an Uninkable. I need you to not have it all.
And Danzor just drew another card. Am I? Oh!
Clarabelle.
The end of the turn is the Clarabelle effect. Yeah, Danzor gonna go ahead and quest out the Tipo, saying every lore counts, ELC, and saying if you wanna,
Yeah.
make a challenge into little old Tipo, he doesn't have a single thing with over 1 strength on board either. So it's like you have to 2-for-1 into this Tipo if you want it.
That is 2 Prince Philips in Danzor's discard pile or ink pile.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting if Danzor drew another Prince Philip.
That would be interesting. Why would that be so interesting? I don't think I understand. I thought about it for a second.
It's just a big beater. Like the game would be over a lot faster, and then Whisper could quest, but then Danzor just gets to do a pretty nice crackback and challenging. And if, say, Whisper did take out the Tipo, then shifting that Prince Philip takes out 2 characters as well.
That is true.
And that's kind of what Danzor is like saying, like, yeah, take out my Tipo, I'll shift this Prince Philip. But then inking the Prince Philip and still questing is like kind of an interesting bluff. Like without, there's been a lot of talks about bluffs recently, and this would be like a very interesting onboard non-verbal bluff, where it's just like, I'm giving you what seems to be a good trade. Why would I do this? Now you have to make up your mind. Am I bad? Am I just disrespectful? Am I trying to get you to challenge so I can challenge back? Am I bluffing and I have nothing and I don't think you'll challenge it because I might challenge back? And like, that's some great gameplay. And I love it.
Another tramp coming down, by the way.
Oof. Well, Whisper didn't have what Whisper needed before. Whisper has it now.
Yeah. All right. Seeing all of the cards that have now hit the discard pile of Whisper. I think I saw an Under the Sea there also in Whisper's deck. Playing the Under the Sea variant. Always curious, right? Whenever I see Emerald Amber Dogs, I always think, are they playing Under the Sea, and then are they playing Chromacon, or are they playing 2 and 2, right?
At this point, I'm just going to assume they have both.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume that they're playing 2 to 3 Under the Sea and 2 to 3 Chromacon, most likely 3 removal, 2 Chromacon. But if they're really worried about, like, say, Amethyst Steel, maybe they're playing 3 Chromacon, 2 Under the Sea.
Okay, Daisy, going to go ahead and trigger getting a Develop Your Brain.
You kind of need to hit the Chromacons naturally, whereas in Under the Sea, you'll normally try to tramp into it. So I could see playing less Under the Sea then. It's an interesting thing. I could see multiple arguments for both sides. I don't know which one's actually correct. Whisper deciding to finally turn it sideways if Whisper's camera decides to show us what happens.
And curiously, looks like Lady not gonna turn sideways. That to me telegraphs that we have the shift line, Lady. Or is there any other reason?
That, and it's free for Prince Philip, where for Prince Philip to take out a Daisy, it also has to send the Tipo in. But at this point, I probably would have done it. So that does kind of tell me that maybe it is the Lady shift line.
Because you could say the same thing, make the same argument about Bobby Zimmerowski or Ursula, right? With
they're only one lore though.
Being able to... That's true.
So I would say you're probably dead on with the first one, that it is most likely just a Lady shift
or a perfect bluff. a bluff into a bluff, saying, "I'm not going to turn my lady sideways. I got the shift line." Psych! It was another tramp the whole time. I'm the dapper rascal.
The whole time.
All right, Tipo is going to go ahead and challenge into Daisy. And, I mean, we probably got... I think you called it, man. I think we have that shift line for the Prince Philip, do we not? Is that not... Oh, that's what was happening. We are playing a You're Welcome. Shuffling Tipo back in, but drawing a fresh 2 new cards, finding some answers here. And if we're Danzor, I got to assume we are looking for exactly the other 2 Prince Philips, the shift line Prince Philips, and the malicious, mean, and scary, because that would be enough to wipe the board. He'd be able to sing it with Prince Philip, then pay the 6, shift it on, and then take out everything. Let's see, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a rough spot here. I'm surprised if we're playing Under the Sea that we didn't just pay 4 to play that. So, but this line also allows us to play John Silver's.
Right.
That is 12 lore in play, so we have to at least banish 1 card and hope they don't have Go-Go. Seems unlikely if they're keeping a card back. If they have the shift, it's the same amount of lore either way, so it doesn't boost it, but it gives them the Go-Go from the discard. We hit the Prince. Is this... Philip's pretty good. Gets rid of both daisies.
Okay, yep. We'll have 2 big bodies on board. But, I mean, this is not what you want yet. Yeah, this is not nearly enough, because we have these tramps. And yes, you will be able to take one out neatly with the Prince Philip, but this Clarabelle is only going to be swinging for 5 here. So would still need to 2 for 1 into one of these tramps. Ooh.
Maybe Danzor has the 4th Prince Philip in hand and like shifts it down after putting 5 damage on it to take it out.
Yeah, but I mean, to that, I mean, we'll see now for sure if the Lady Shift line is incoming here, and if so, that will be a brutal turn, because you will be able to draw a couple more cards. You'll be able to probably ink one of those cards, play something else out. Yep, Miss Park Avenue comes on down. We're going to go ahead and see what is available. The Tramp, and I mean, we're spoiled for choice here. Do we do Mowgli? Do we do Ursula? I mean, oh, I don't think there is an Ursula. Do we, just in case, pick the Mowgli?
That would be so brutal. I think we do, but like it'd be so brutal if that hit something, but I don't think we can play it. We don't have enough.
We don't have
the
enough.
4th tramp.
The 4th tramp. We'll be able to play out this tramp, though. Cheat it out.
Oh, that's
Bobby Zamersky.
Oh no, that's not good for Danzor.
Ooh, taking out the Clarabelle. I was about to say, why not the Prince Philip? But I just remembered Prince Philip is
that pesky evasive.
Yeah, that old pesky evasive. Oh, I think this is game over here, and I'm starting to see. I wasn't super familiar with this matchup, but it looks like Emerald Amber Dogs, the Dogs, are great in this Emerald Sapphire deck, because even if they find the combo, if they are not playing Under the Sea, you're kind of just cooked. It really kind of feels that way. Thoughts on this matchup?
It can be rough.
Good dog pun.
The best ones are accidental. It could be rough.
Rough McGruff, Chicago, Illinois. Who's old enough to remember that one?
Danzor could just play a Visions, grab Under the Sea, sing Under the Sea. But that, sadly... Yeah, oh, actually, Whisper's only at 15. So that's fine. The lady's still going to be a play, kind of an issue. We can challenge it the next turn. Whisper goes up to 17, maybe plays a Go-Go. And then maybe we have like a John. You can win the game from this spot. It's hard. to do.
It is hard. It's even harder because we don't know if Danzor actually has Under the Sea in the deck, but he picked that card
He
very
does.
quickly. It looks like it's
He does
happening.
have it in his deck. I looked between. I was just like, what's going on? The funny thing is, when I first looked through the deck list, I didn't see it, and I was like, oh, he's bluffing. He has no out, but that's kind of a sick bluff of a way, because he now saying he has an out, maybe because it gives the illusion of like Whisper would play around Spooky Sight and Under the Sea if Danzor continued to play as if that was an out.
Yeah.
But that's a discussion for a whole other topic, the bluff topic. It's been a hot topic recently.
Yeah. I mean, man, I played a lot of poker in my time. I am a fan of some bluffs, not like over aggressive bluffs or anything, but
Yeah.
I'll sit there. I'll mull it over. Like maybe
Is that
I
a
can play
staff?
Enigmatic Inkcaster.
I didn't see that in the list. That is some spice, Whisper.
Enigmatic Inkcaster coming down.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Lilo's worded where it says you may play it from the discard. So it would,
exactly
if you're
what it
Liloing
says.
every turn and playing what you draw.
Yep.
So Whisper's basically saying I'm winning the game in 2 turns, unless I draw things like Tramp and Under the Sea. But we've seen 3 Tramps played and 1 inked.
Yeah, I mean, we have to challenge Prince Philip into Lady here. We also have to Cinderella into the Lilo. There's another out where we have the 1-drop Clarabelle. We're able to take out the Inkcaster. That is part of the...
That'd be great.
That's the insanity. Oh, maybe we're looking for it. Maybe that's exactly what we're digging for.
We're digging.
Danzor needs to find the 1-cost Clarabelle. Otherwise, we are literally on a 2-clock turn here. Whisper has, I'm assuming, enough ink. There's 4 ink, and I'm trying to think, is there any other card? All 4 tramps are gone. Yeah,
we could draw a lady, and then imagine if both cards, if Whisper's card in hand is another lady, and then we draw, like, we only have 2 ink to play, right? If we return the Lilo to play.
Right.
So there's 1 or 2 dead cards. Imagine if it's another Inkcaster.
Oh my gosh.
Just game over. Or a Go-Go. Well,
I believe the 1 card still in hand is the Mowgli, though. I believe
that's right.
Card that we saw that we haven't returned back. But now Prince Philip has to challenge into Miss Park Avenue. Cinderella has to challenge into... Ooh.
That's an answer to Lilo that also could shut off the Inkcaster.
That is an answer to Lilo here. That's annoying, though, because the thing is, you're already at 18. So even if you... So challenge into the lady, Miss Park Avenue, with the Prince Philip, right? We take back 4 damage, get to 5 damage. Lilo won't be able to challenge in, but we turn the Cindy sideways. Quest for 1, right? Get to 3 lore. And now Lilo has to challenge in and banish herself, basically.
This is a tough choice. Depending on what we have in hand, we could have just not quested with Cindy, which then doesn't let the Lilo get banished. But we'd have to have another John Silver or Basil in hand to answer a character played. Because if we don't, then we're losing removal. Whereas if we quest, like here, we have to quest with a thing. But this game looks to be over unless we draw removal.
So we are at 19 now. Yeah, and we have to answer everything.
And even then, yeah, this is... We have just Prince Philip in hand. Maybe if we draw Under the Sea... No, that doesn't even do it because Lilo's still in play. Yep, that's it.
That is done. Whisper putting on a clinic of how to play the Dogs on the draw.
That Inkcaster? All right,
What a spice!
We got to get in and listen to them.
Yeah. Yes, please.
I felt I was in a really good spot after the Under the Sea, and then you played
That was a
something
good
I couldn't
top down.
interact with. Yeah.
It's a really
Inkcaster
annoying closer into like
was insane.
80% of decks.
Oh.
Yeah. Gross.
Well, the problem is I need one drop Clarabelle, which I didn't see in the top 5 there, because that's my good out to it. But I had a choice to take. You're welcome, but it wasn't going to work out in that situation.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I had you muted for a second, Brent. I need you to
It's
jump
hard
into
to
Discord
answer
for the
everything.
interview.
The dog's
Jumping
buzz, and
into
now,
Discord
like,
for
being
the
able to apply
interview.
one additional
Going
vector
to
that's
table
a threat
one?
is
Yeah.
pretty nasty.
Yeah.
But
All
I mean,
right,
it's a
all
tough.
right.
I have not tried it enough to know if it's bricks in like if you draw it early to mid game. It's a good closer.
Well, you just made it look insane. I'm just saying.
It was a very good top deck on exactly that turn.
With the Lilo, so you
I
were
will
guaranteed
always
to
say that.
activate it every
Wait.
turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure
was what I
Danzor is
was
just like,
doing.
what is this? Get this out of here!
Yeah. Just like seeing all the green purple like $12 decks playing the Chromicon. I got cooked online by someone playing like they got Chromicon and 2 Inkcasters out, and I'm like, I can't do anything against this. So I'm trying it as a one of. It's so far, I mean, not bad. Lilo does the same thing as Amethyst Chromicon in the green purple deck, so it's an interesting idea so far.
I think you might have just found the spice that many of the dogs lists are going to be copying. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of the upcoming tournaments with that enigmatic Inkcaster. I would love to hear some of your thoughts on the strategy against Emerald Sapphire on the draw. Like, what are some of the key cards? What are some of the important steps that you want to get to put yourself in a favorable position?
Well, in the matchup, you always just want Daisy, pretty much. You just want things that you want to quest early with and just not have... It essentially sneak you in a couple lore early. Mowgli and Ursula are essentially the staple of the matchup. I mean, I had like a decent opener, but I didn't have Ursula or Mowgli, so I had to mulligan 5 to try to find it. I had Tramp 7, I had Daisy, I had good 1-drops. But you need to find Ursula or Mowgli. You need to be able to dismantle part of that and that removal, because blue-green is just going to have it, right? If you don't interact with it, you're just going to lose your entire board on turn 4 on the draw. So you have to have something to disrupt it, and Mowgli's a great addition for that, and it's been really good, but you still need to hit it.
You still have to draw the answers.
You need to draw the card, yeah.
And you're on 3-3, or are you on 4-4?
But at least now there's 2 of them. I'm on 4-3.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So which do you prefer more?
Ursula is slightly better than Mowgli. I like Ursula over Mowgli. I know some people have had it the other way.
As a blue-green player, I think Mowgli is completely useless. I think
Yes.
that, like, in general, we almost always have multiple cards to discard to it. So if you don't have the Ursula, we almost always can combo you. So
As a
Ursula's
Emerald
being a
Sapphire
4-of
player,
is much better.
I like this propaganda. Yes, just cut those Mowglis.
Mowgli
Just cut
is
them.
good, yeah, but usually you need like 2 Mowglis or an Ursula. Like, so Ursula's just significantly better than Mowgli at dealing with things.
Yeah,
And-
Mowgli will almost always get a hit in this matchup, but it's not going to be
Yeah.
the hit you want. It's going to hit a develop or some like a vision. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's great to discard a card, but it doesn't stop the looming threat.
Right.
Exactly.
Interesting. Danzor, if I may ask a question, I'm hyper curious. I've been thinking about this since the start of this whole Emerald Sapphire combo strategy. Why no max goofs that bring back a song card from the discard? It feels like a card that would fit perfectly in here when they discard you, then you will be able to, get that malicious, mean, and scary. Get that under the sea back. I'm curious on your thoughts.
Well, he can't get under the sea back, but for the malicious mean and scary, at least the 6-drop, he's just too slow. He's a win more card, being able to play your songs again, because against any sort of aggro deck, he's going to be way too slow to be able to deal with what you need to deal with. And then if it's a late game match, sure, he's great. You play him down and do things, but John Silver in general helps you claw into those aggro matchups where you had a slower start and you play your John Silver on turn 5, and that slows them down and lets you turn the corner there, because playing Max Goof, nothing happens that turn. And then the next turn you start interacting with the board. Are you talking about the 3-drop one?
I'm talking about the 3-drop one that would allow you to get back the songs.
He's okay, but in general, it's still essentially a 4-drop to be able to get back a song, and a lot of times you need to either ramp or do other things. That sometimes he could be useful, but like if you get back Mean, Malicious, and Scary, you're going to sing it that turn, but you're not going to shift your Prince Philip, so you're still another full turn away.
Makes sense.
It's probably too, like, even if I Ursula it away, like, it's probably still too slow to, like, get it back with the max and then shift next turn. It's probably still losing.
You're probably already done. Yeah, you're already kind of cooked. Makes sense.
Well, that's why I'm getting back one jump ahead, and then I'm singing that.
Yeah.
It's too good. That's
Discount
too good.
Cindy.
Yeah. I mean, not everyone can afford these $30 legendaries. So I guess my question for you, Danzor, why not Blurple?
I don't like Blurple currently. I think that it's doing better now, but early on in the meta, it was not in a good spot, and I did a lot of testing and didn't like it. And then I started playing a lot of blue-green and really liked where it's at. And in general, I feel the matchup spread of blue-green is very strong. It's just sometimes you get run over.
Yep, and the funny thing is those matchups sometimes feel like your best matchups, where you're like, oh, it's little dudes, whatever, I'll combo and win. But there's people don't understand the pressure of having to have it every time. And Dogs is, as we saw, one of the worst offenders of this because of the hand discard, that not only do you have to have it, but you have to top deck it. Otherwise, they're going to take it from your hand. And like that can be brutal because you're not always going to have it. Sure, some people always have it, but eventually that luck probably runs out and they're not going to always have it. But I have also found myself kind of falling back onto the Sapphire Emerald deck for the last couple of events, just for the reasons you basically said. So I guess my question for you, Whisper, is why Doggos?
Love the Doggos. I think they are in a very interesting spot where it feels like they're really strong into every deck except for red, purple, and purple steel. Red, purple sort of going away. People are starting to like figure out how to play around it with the other decks. They're becoming bigger, bulkier, being able to just get rid of all the red, purple's aggression. Purple steel, obviously, very, very strong deck, and that's the second choice after this one. But I want to find a way for Dogs to beat purple steel. Inkcaster is an interesting idea so far. I assume it's probably a bit too slow into that matchup. Mostly just for more testing, just to see what's going to be the best way to go at it towards Richmond.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people buying those literally right now before they even test it, just so they have them to test. It's only a 20-cent card, right? What's the pain? But it is spicy, and it's actually worth picking up. They should be buying it for the Speci deck anyways, honestly. But
stay away from it. Make that $12 deck stay a $12 meta deck. I think that's so cool that you can play a $12 meta
yes,
deck right now.
That is neat. I do really like that. They've made promos of like Merfolk too, so it's like the cards that could be worth money just aren't going to be. Brent, did you have any other questions you had for them?
I don't think I have any other questions. Yeah, if we got time, I'd love to check in on some of the other matches.
Ooh, I don't know if we're gonna do that, but I'll check. And while checking, why don't you two give us some shout-outs? Don't
Sure.
rush and fight over it.
I'll shout out. Yeah, shout outs to the team, shout outs to everyone playing right now. It's super cool that we get to like have this sort of tournament over the holidays. I know it's a little difficult for some people to get around. Like I landed in Toronto yesterday morning to visit my parents, so I essentially grabbed a bunch of cards to get going, and just have everything here. But yeah, shout outs to the team, shout outs to everyone running the ICL, all the judges, all the casters, all the presenters. Yeah.
Yep. I'll give shout outs to my team as well, and all the same, basically the same people. But yeah, and good luck to Allie coming in next. She went 6-2 at PPG this weekend, so we're
Yo,
really excited about her run on the Big 10K.
Oh, first TCG, get out of here! Come on,
Yeah.
incredible.
Ooh, I totally
Yeah.
had the things put in wrong. It is Allie coming up next. I had her and Hamza swapped around. Ooh.
Glad we caught it,
Alright.
avoiding and swerving past a possible disaster. But both Whisper and Danzor, thank you so much for the incredible match. I had a blast watching that. Yeah, Daugs for the win with the enigmatic Inkcaster, maybe the most enigmatic way
Go
to
Dogs.
take away that that chance from Danzor there. Go Dogs indeed. All right. Luke,
Well,
how
thank
are
you
you
both.
feeling, man? Do you need me to vamp? Are we? Yeah.
Nope.
Thank you guys.
Just thanks both of you. We're gonna jump back into the booth. You two have a great night. It is gonna be close. Like these matchups are gonna be insane. Well, all right. I say it's gonna be close. There's the possibility that the Inkredibles just sweep, right? That's always on the board. It's happened a lot this season.
Ooh.
And we had 2-3 sweeps all in season 1, and we've had teams that have had 6 sweeps.
What?
Like, there's a reason why Slab Sharks have 40 points going through this
Slab
whole thing.
Sharks,
Is they just aren't losing.
they were going sicko mode over here, man. They maximum pain. They swept 6 times.
I'll double check the exact amount, but it is some insane high amount like that.
Wow.
But the players are setting up right now here shortly, it looks like, hopefully, as we're just listening to Michael Jordan, like I think it's a Nike commercial. I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, if Michael
like
Jordan's talking, it's probably Nike. That's
Yeah, it's just some motivational Nike thing. I don't know exactly.
okay. So next up, we will be watching Allie. Is the
Boom. Yes, this will be who we are watching for round 2.
Let's go.
I need to swap the names around because I'm silly. Oh, easy fix. I'm so glad I do it in a way that is kind of more work up front, but then it saves me work from like the middle of nowhere. Instead of having to like edit names beforehand, I have everyone's name like in a thing, and I can just like pick which one I want to use. I don't know, but that was insane. I want to play with Inkcasters now. It's like, what other decks can I put that in? Like, maybe I want to build the Specia deck, but put Doc in it. Who needs Show Me No More and Chromacon when you have Docs, right? Isn't that like the same thing? Maybe it's not enough card draw.
Maybe. Yeah, it feels like, because if you don't hit the docks, you're just going to be sitting there top decking, just doing what you can. And then without the Lilo recursion stuff, right? Like it probably doesn't feel great when you have 4 Inkcasters out, but you can't get 2 cards on board.
All right, we're getting ready here shortly. Yeah, it's like Lilo setting it up so it's every turn, but even then, so like Doggos has some card advantage built into it, right? We have Tramp, and then we have, which is kind of filtering, but it sets up a big play normally. It gives you the last out you need.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Shift Lady to try to get a form of card advantage that way.
Absolutely.
So maybe just Doc is enough there.
Maybe it's just waiting for the right person to crack the code. Maybe there is some kind of emerald steel. I mean, I'll say this, man. In a world where Amber Amethyst takes first place at the 25K CCS CCQ, I think we're living in a world where anything's possible here.
If Sapphire Steel can win in CCQ, then anything can win in CCQ.
Do I have like 2-3 minutes? Can I step out briefly?
Yeah.
Is that something I can do? All right.
I mean, you're always able to run and do something if you need to.
I will be right back.
Do 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 do. I'm just gonna sing along with the music. Obviously, that's what everyone wants to hear, right? I am really excited though. Like, while I haven't been able to necessarily find a deck that I really like playing in this meta, the fact that there's so many decks that seem to be doing well, I do enjoy that aspect. It's interesting. Normally, I don't like that because it means that there's some lopsided matchups. But the best is when it's still like a rock, paper, scissors, but there's like 3 or 4 decks in every slot. So, like, and they play slightly different, but they still fill a similar role. It's like their job is to beat or target a certain deck, and then it just goes in a circle. So if you're able to have that in a manner where it's the decks are fun, it's more 60-40 and not like 30-70 matchups, it's pretty good. I don't know. Do you like a more diverse meta, or do you like 1 or 2 decks? Some people like just a couple. It's more of like a competitive meta sometimes. Some mirror matches are fun, but
I want the widest meta possible. I want to see Amber Sapphire in the mix. I want to see. I would say that the vast majority of people probably agree. Meanwhile, Randall showcasing some of these, maybe even I'd go so far as to say showing off these wonderful Baymax sleeves from this was Continentals.
The Continentals, right? Yeah.
Woo!
I really like Lorcana's playmat though, the Skull Mini.
Yeah, that is sick. Like the Cinco de Mayo Mini.
Yep.
Coming out here partying. I do like that aerial. Dude, I mean, I gotta say, Lorcana has been coming out with some banger playmats.
Do you think that's a mattified mat? I think that is. I think that's foil.
I think that is foil too. Maybe Randall just has an incredible lighting setup, but it looks foil.
I'm pretty sure those are foil strips.
Do we know what the players are playing? Or is this going to be yet another surprise?
It'll always be a surprise for the viewers.
Okay.
But I picked these matches out because there's a lot of mirror matches on the other tables.
Alrighty. Well, Lady Family Dog gonna hit the Inkwell. No 1-drop for Lorcana. Any deck playing Lady Family Dog, I got to imagine, is going to be pretty sad not to see a 1-drop there. Webby,
yeah, no,
Vanderquack coming down.
No 1-drop for Lorcana is really unfortunate. At least she's on the play, so she has a few powerhouse 2-drops she could play. But she's on the Amber Steel.
When you're, unless it's some kind of mid-grow deck that I'm unaware of, missing a 1-drop is almost the kiss of death. I've been playing it for the past couple sets here.
You need that Aurora.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Even then.
And you don't want to see this. You can't even quest with your penny. At least it's not getting ink. Yet.
Ouchie mama. Yeah, I mean, the second, though, that Lorcana puts that... There's no way that Lorcana is just going to not ink next turn. So that Webby is going to get full value.
Are we... I like how you can see the blue lights from the camera.
Yeah, that is nice. Randall with a premium setup in the reflection of this Webby Vanderquack. Meanwhile, Lorcana is going to draw here, and usually when you're on the play, you're feeling fantastic when you know you're up against a... Ooh, we have to ink the... Okay. So we have to ink the lady, family dog. We are going to quest with the penny.
So, this is fair, because Lorcana might not need to ink next turn. So, if Webby takes out the penny... we don't get the ramp. But Randall goes for the quest to get the ramp, which then makes the penny quest free. Just no Lewis for Lorcana. We need to not see Lewis targeting. All right. That's even not
grosser.
A great card, but
that's pretty gross. That feels
Tiana,
pretty bad.
Like Tiana makes it hard. You can't really challenge. And, well, I guess you can challenge and pay 2. So we could send the cat into Tiana, pay the 3, pay 2, move the 1 damage off of cat onto Tiana, and take her down.
Lorcana has inked that same card twice, and because of the reflection, I couldn't make out exactly what it was. Maybe it looked like the queen from this set. I'm not sure, though. We'll see a little bit of spice. Another Tiana coming down, and a Daisy. And if one of these last 2 cards on the side of Lorcana is a dock, then I think it's pretty.
That you're like, oh no, we're in a bad spot. We're in a bad spot. Lorcana's like, hold my strength. I've got this. Yeah. Like, we're saying good game, but to who? It's that meme. She just like turned around and pulled out the pistol. We thought she was wounded next to her car, but no. You need to call 911 for Randall here. We are in an emergency state. This is rough.
Yeah. We can't challenge into... I mean, maybe we can... You're welcome.
Oof. You're welcome still doesn't even feel great. We lost so much tempo with that strength and then the quest. It's like, if you're welcoming, we probably need to sing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Before the genie came down, I was thinking you're welcome into the Tiana, then you can challenge in, and then but you still don't want to give Lorcana any cards here. Yeah, now if this is a dock, if either of these 2 cards is a dock, we ink play dock. That's gonna be just nutty. Okay,
it's a whiff. We've got Hades, Kitty Cat, Genie, and an Elefante.
Got to assume that Hades we're going to be seeing next turn, but I don't know how much it's going to matter. We're going to quest up, gain 8 lore here, and shoot up to 12.
Oh.
Okay, Elsa, not a bad start, but we need to get rid of
double Tiana,
double Tianas. Yeah, there's nothing really.
This game's over.
It is.
His out he needed to play that Prince Philip last turn, and on this turn we needed to somehow have drawn the shift and the malicious
mean and scary.
Like, I think that's our only way.
Yeah. I mean, this game is not just Jover. It's Blover. I don't even know what that means, but it's done.
This is why some people don't like this archetype. Is sometimes you play a very polarizing deck. It's set up to crush certain decks. Like, if Randall had played against Danzor, he might have also ran it over. And there's the possibility that Whisper here could have tramped into Under the Sea, sang Under the Sea, and took out Lorcana.
Right. Yeah.
It did
That
work out for
dogs?
Whisper. Yeah, it still worked for
Into
dogs.
the Amber Steel, yeah. We have seen a decline, a sharp decline in Amber Steel
a
aggro.
huge decline.
Why? Why do you think that is?
It doesn't have the card advantage, and the Prince Philip combo can just like stop you. Dogs is also playing Under the Sea. Under the Sea just stops you. At the start of set 9 Fabled, I'm pretty sure that was Fabled.
Yep.
I played Amber Steel aggro because Sky played it. In the first event, I played against Emerald Sapphire twice, and it was a terrible feeling. I'll just say that. Like, it is a nightmare. It's just like, oh, you get to draw a bunch of cards and then you wipe my whole board and there's nothing I can do but hope you don't have it.
Right. Or that you can turbo mode fast enough before they can get enough board presence up. But
and as
now,
Stanzor said, Mowgli just doesn't do enough.
Right. So we didn't get enough in Amber Steel aggro for what was gained by all the other decks, it sounds like.
Yep. And they're ramping into big answers. Like, there's also the world that if Amber Steel aggro did see a lot more play, and it was the big bad, you just play Spooky Sight, and it can also just shut it off. Like, it's brutal. But that's what I expected people to do. And so in my Rockstar list in the LCCC, it's like, yeah, play Spooky Sight, whatever. I'm going to play Rockstar and then draw 3 or 4 cards, and I've rebuilt the whole board. And your Spooky Sight also doesn't even hit my Rockstar. So sometimes I just have 10 ink, a Rockstar, and play 3 cards, and I just fill up the whole board and go off. And that was the thought behind that deck. Maybe I was too far advanced in the meta. Maybe it will never be good. But currently, it doesn't line up fantastically, as I played up against I think the only 2 Amethyst Steel players on the EU team, and got crushed by both, basically. It is a nightmare matchup.
Whew. Yeah, but I guess into the Emerald Amethyst, it feels like it's pretty broken still.
Yeah. Even though they're playing a bunch of board wipes, it still feels winnable. Because you kind of just combo off, and when you're done comboing, quote unquote, you still have cards in hand. So as long as you don't just like draw into nothingness. Do we have a 1-drop?
It's the same card that she's been inking. Island Way.
I saw what the card was, and then I forgot.
It looks like the Queen. It looks like the new Amber Queen from this set.
It could be the Rapunzel ready for adventure.
Could be that too. Hades is going to hit the Inkwell, and Randall has no turn 1 or turn 2 play.
It could be Search for Clues, but the Queen is not in her list.
Interesting. Island Way in there.
There's Rapunzel.
I think it was a Rapunzel now that I'm looking at it. I just, with the glare, I was not able to catch it the first couple of times. And now, Lorcana here in a prime position to just take the game over and run over Randall here. Unfortunate that you didn't find a 1 or 2 drop here.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, that's
There's
a start.
How is that Rapunzel worded?
The Rapunzel is worded that when you quest, or when support is given to a character, that character that gains the support it cannot take damage the first time.
So it's like resist. It's like resist. So the combo still works through it.
Absolutely. If they would take damage, they would not take the damage.
And she did ink Search on her first turn. Ellie, let us know. Search for Clues.
Search for Clues. Let me pull that up and get acquainted myself. Search for Clues. What does this card do? Stage it. Show it. The player or players with the most cards in their hands choose and discard 2 cards. If you have a detective character and play, gain 1 lore. Ooh. So it's like a You Have Forgotten Me with the added with a little added step here of you need to have less cards than your opponent.
She's also playing a set of this card.
A set of I Won't Give In?
A set of Doc rebuys. And honestly, rebuying a Rapunzel might also not be that bad.
That really is not bad. Wow. What a smartly put together deck. I mean, luxury gaming, really, really sharp, really, really innovative. I took a private lesson with, I can't remember which member. And the Mickey Mouse that's going to give 2 extra willpower to every single Amber character. Plus, we take out the genie. Oh boy, oh boy. We're going to Island Wheat can give support to Rapunzel. Rapunzel can give support to Island Wheat. Like, this is looking like the Amber Steel aggro that we need right now. Not the one we deserve, Wonderland, but the one that we need. This is looking like Amber Steel aggro might be back. What a smartly put together deck here.
It makes me want to play it. I mean, but I'm a known Amber Steel player.
Are you? Because I always just think you are. I think people just assume you are the Emerald Steel guy because of
I played Emerald Steel at 4 DLCs, and I played Amber Steel at 2. I'm pretty sure. And actually, and then I played Emerald Steel at Continentals.
And we get a Mother Knows Best played out and returning the Mickey Mouse to hand, the Amber Mickey. My thing is, why not wait to play that card later on when you can return the Tiana to hand, establish a wide enough board, and then start challenging in? Huh.
So this is interesting because if we had combo in hand, I would think that I would want them to play. If I had combo in hand, I would maybe return Ellenly because I want them to redeploy a bunch of threats. That said, and because LuxCon is only a 3, right? Because if we just bounce the 4-drop and she just replays the 4-drop in Quest, she doesn't develop more to the board and hold stuff in hand. So if I had the combo, I would want to do it the other way. If I didn't have the combo, I would be doing that. And I mean, she now doesn't get a replay or threat to stop the combo. So that worked out for Randall. And she doesn't really have enough lore for that Pete to do enough. Like, she needs another Pete, and that still doesn't do enough.
Yeah. Meanwhile, shout outs. What up, Sailor in chat? Judge Phil, love you, buddy. Nice to see you. And Decked Out Giant saying, can attest, you love your Amber Steel. Lost to you playing a one of Amber Steel list at Set Champs.
Yeah, I did a it wasn't a full one of. It wasn't full single, but it was a Hoffen. I do believe that's what it was.
There was a
lot of. It's where you have 4 rows, I think, on Dreamborn. You have to have like more than like 25 individual cards or something like that. It's it was fun. It was like 4 aerials, 4 whole new worlds, and then a bunch of singleton cards.
Yeah, those are the 4 to have 4. Those are the 2 to have 4 ofs. Meanwhile, Randall didn't do anything that last turn.
Yeah,
LuxCon gonna redeploy the Mickey Mouse. I mean, we setting up the combo. Is that the only thing we're doing here? Wonderland?
It has to be. There's no other out that I can think of. Like, maybe if we had a Lewis to target Tiana, but Pete being there means that doesn't even fully work because Pete can trade with Lewis first, and the mouse also kind of stops it.
Yeah. I mean, but to play nothing, I mean, it feels like Randall may have...
We have it.
Really, really bricked. We have it. We have the combo. We are going to clear out all of LuxCana's board here. And is that true? She's only at 11?
11. She sang a strength on one of the turns, so that's 2
Right.
lore. Her 1-drop and 2-drop also only quested for 1. So, like, that's an issue. Like, sure, if that was a Daisy, she'd be at, like, 15, 16. But...
Yeah.
And that Rapunzel didn't really do much there for her, honestly.
Who? Okay, so now Randall has some ground to cover and to make up here. But we're gonna get a Nala out.
Now, imagine if that was played on turn 2 instead of Rapunzel.
Yeah. Would have been.
Ooh, and then I Won't Give Up as the other card in hand. Not very good right now.
Yeah, this looking like it might go to a game 3. Randall was able to get the Prince Philip Malicious, Mean, and Scary combo off. And now let's see what he follows this up with. The fact that he had 5 ink available and played nothing makes me think maybe he's just got a brick of a hand, but let's see.
Or just a bunch of really high-cost power cards.
True. Like Flynn Rider.
You're right, one of the best cards in the game. Oh.
Yeah, you knew it. Oh!
That's pretty good.
And Malicious, Mean, and Scary, not bad at all.
That's...
Makes sense. Yeah, for that board state, maybe the best card you could have had still. Meanwhile, we boost this Flynn Rider. He's going to gain an extra lore pip.
And he's 3
stats.
on the challenges, so he'll probably take out the Nala, and the Prince Philip's just going to keep questing. Try to win this game 7 quests from Philip.
Notable, too, that the Malicious, Mean, and Scary puts a damage counter on, bypasses Nala's resist, and so now this Nala does not have the resist any longer, nor does she have the extra lore pip. Only going to be able to quest for 2 here. We'll see if this hits something. A Mother Knows Best.
I wonder if he was going to boost his Flynn Rider quest and just mothers it to draw 2 cards. Like, that doesn't seem terrible.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Meanwhile, we're going to grab back Rapunzel. Not nearly as good as... I mean, neither of these... I would have waited. Games. Yeah, for a dock?
For next turn, because our Nala is going to get banished. But she probably just knows that she's going to draw another one. And if she doesn't play it now, it's going to, like, punish her. The top card would have been an Ursula 2 if she hadn't played it, but since she played it, it's not an Ursula 2. That's just how it is.
Yeah, this Clarabelle actually a very annoying card to rip off the top because Lorcana has exactly 1 card more than 0 in hand. We're going to boost the Flynn Rider again. Are we going to... You get nothing for boosting a second time, which makes me think that we don't have something we're going to play in hand, and we are setting up for a Mother Knows Best play.
It's always good to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Just always boost. Oh, we saw Elephant earlier as well.
Mm-hmm. Great point. Great points all around here. Lorcana at 13, a respectable amount of ink here for Amber Steel aggro, and a respectable amount of lore, but I don't think she's going to be able to get up there when Randall is now potentially questing for 6 every turn. Okay. Let's see what comes down here. Webby Vanderquack. We don't even need her ability. Another Flynn Rider. Another Flynn Rider. We're just going to quest it all out.
I think this game's over.
Yeah, we will be able to, quest the Rapunzel out, give the support to Mowgli, challenge him to the Flynn, but you're still, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, too much. Too much. Nothing we can do here, I don't think. We don't even have a singer.
We could send both of our characters on a banish mission to trade with the Flynn Rider. Have nothing in play, and then we get to survive a turn. Yeah.
Well, no. What I was saying is you can support the Mowgli, give him 2, and then
it does support it. Yeah.
From that.
So it's not bad.
Even
I
then,
think that's what we have to.
nah, but there's nothing you can do because we're already at 8 on board because we're gonna boost up that Flynn Rider next turn. So we're at
Oh, even with
3,
it,
5,
it's
6,
still
8. Yeah, it's done. It's a done deal. We don't even have a singer. We don't even have a singer if we drew a strength, right? So it's like,
we just hardcast.
No.
We just manually play it on the Flynn. The ready. Oh no.
no, you had to do it to the readied Flynn. You would have given
Those are
yourself
some
an
good
extra
cards.
turn. One extra
Or just
turn.
questing.
Yeah. I don't blame her. The game's over. The game's done. There's 0 outs.
It's
Absolutely
unfortunate.
0 outs. Yeah. But now Luxcana is gonna get to be on the play. Yeah, with Amber Steel aggro. Very, very tough for any deck on the draw.
We'll start predictions up for the next game. Start ads up too. So if game 3 goes long, it doesn't interrupt us.
Yep. I mean, what do you think about this Emerald Amethyst stuff? What do you think about this, man? Like, I just don't see why you would play Emerald Amethyst over Sapphire Emerald.
So the deck beats the Sapphire deck, supposedly. So that's the thing, is you play this deck when you want to beat the Emerald Sapphire. But the aggro decks you're worse against because you don't have the ramp. So you're not comboing with the Prince Philip as fast. Some of those decks have tried to then replace the ramp with things like Lewis. But the problem is then your Lewises become worse in the matchups you're trying to prey on. So it's like an interesting thing. I know some of them have been playing like the Cusco shift line and things like that, and then Under the Seas and combos.
Okay. Yeah, because that Webby alone, right? That Webby is probably one of the reasons that you're hyper favored into the Sapphire matchup.
Yeah, Webby. Sometimes they're on Bend as well. And then like the shift line is like a little bit more difficult for them to interact with. And you also have Ursula too. It's just kind of like a mirror match, but you have a way to take like your welcomes out of their hand, and they can't.
I got to imagine you're also pretty weak into Amethyst Steel, right?
I would think so.
Yeah. You're good into all of the decks that the top players would play if Amethyst Steel wasn't around. I mean, Amethyst Steel feels like the boogeyman of the format. Would you agree? Disagree?
What's the boogeyman?
Amethyst Steel?
Oh, yes, I would agree.
So,
it's just that 1, 2, 3 curve, sing strength, 1, 2, 3, 4 strength. Just like, ugh, thanks.
Yeah.
I guess I don't get to play.
Okay. Lady gonna hit the discard, or the inkwell, rather, and Mulan coming down. Gonna be able to cycle another Mulan into the discard here. And if you're Randall, like, what's the game plan here? Just get your Prince Philip out on 3. Look for the malicious, mean, and scary.
Yeah, I think so.
That feels like the only way, right?
Get him out on 3. Play some
Yeah. Ooh, Nala. Not the card you wanted to see. This Flynn Rider, though, showing... the boost mechanic I have thoroughly enjoyed, because it's nice that you can play down a card for less and then activate their abilities and make them stronger later on, and you have that option.
The funny thing with boost is I remember having it at the pre-release and I was boosting every turn, and my opponent's like, how do you still have cards in your hand? You've been boosting. It's like, yeah, they come off my deck, not my hand. It's actually really good. And that's apparently how it was originally designed, to come out of your hand. And it's like, yeah, the boost would not be good if you had to take them out of your hand.
Oh, that would be awful.
Yeah, the abilities would have had to have been so busted to take the cards out of your hand.
Yeah. I mean, I thought for sure that the Mim Elephant was going to come back in a humongous way because of all of the boost effects. but not seeing as much play.
Hasn't
Usually
really,
like a
yeah.
2 of, 3 of maybe in some decks, but I thought that was going to be broken. I was like, yeah, boost your guys, basically draw all those cards back once you get them back into your hand. Ooh, the 1-2-3 setup is here.
I think I'd quest with Mulan.
Yeah, because you don't want to trade either of
Exactly.
these cards. Yeah.
But definitely would not have quested with Nala.
Mm-hmm.
But Randall played the exact card, the reason why you don't quest with Mulan. Because you need 4 characters. So, like, if you had 2 characters and you could play it with 3 ink, if you have, like, 2 character strength, then I quest with Mulan. But if you're playing properly like Lorcana is, and you're paying attention to Amethyst cards such as Cat, that's one of the best cards in the set, like, you need to be able to answer properly. What if we had... Are we singing strength?
It's coming.
Hard
It's
casting? We are
coming.
singing
We
it.
got to do it. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I guess we could have. Just hard cast it, but maybe.
Woo!
Oh,
Wait, oh no, she forgot to... She needed to ink that. That was unfortunate.
she did need to ink that.
She forgot to ink. I think? Yes, she did. She could have inked that. A slight misstep there.
Yeah, but only slight.
Who knows? Maybe she's playing around a Webby by Randall next turn.
Yeah,
but
exactly. That's the one other consideration. At this point, I'll give Lorcana the benefit of the doubt because she's done a couple moves here that I went, why is she doing that?
just to instantly be shown why the next turn.
Yeah, just to instantly be shown as a genius who's thinking about the actual matchup here. If Randall plays a Webby Vanderquack, then I'm already like, okay, yeah, absolutely genius. Let's see if a song gets taken out here. No.
Oh, but we really want that 4th ink. Those not the cards that Lorcana really wanted to see. I mean, the Tiana's not bad, and and such. The problem is like we don't want to necessarily, like, we kind of just want to play Tiana and pass. But we have so many characters.
Yeah, but
I guess if we draw an ink, it'd be real good. If we draw an
ink, we'll be able to play down the Mickey Mouse. We're gonna get up to 14 lore this turn. I mean, we're eating here. We're eating good, I think.
We're losing our Nala, but to lose our Nala still requires 3 ink investment. So, like, this game is probably just over.
Yeah. I don't think that 4th ink might have mattered. I mean, let's see though. Let's see what happens. Because even if we throw down a second Tiana, I don't think that's too bad. Oh, drawing into it. Ouchie, mama. Drawing into it, and Randall doesn't even have a singer to be able to play Mother Knows Best and then start challenging in. Like, yeah, I think inconsequential, right? Maybe
it's
a slight misstep, maybe thinking ahead about the Webby, but yeah, we're now getting up to 12 here because that Tiana sang the song. Oh, you're welcome. Oh no, you're welcome to the bottom of the deck. And even if you sing that you're welcome onto Tiana.
Yeah,
like,
that's not a good feel.
That's not the sauce. That's not the sauce we're looking for here. Because we're not able to take out that Nala cleanly. I'm sorry?
I was just going to say, we've watched an aggro deck beat down a Prince Philip combo deck 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah. Lorcana.
So we're going to game 3. Or match 3.
Question why Amber Steel aggro is not more in the meta, but
let's jump on over to Discord.
Let's do it.
Well. That was quite some questing there, Lorcana. Allie.
Thank you.
Amber Steel has not been seeing very much play recently because of these Prince Philip decks, but yet you did a pretty good job of beating up on a non-ramp version. How have you been liking the 4 Never Give Ups?
Never give up.
Is that what that's called? The 2-cost thing that returns?
Oh, it's I won't give in. Sorry.
I won't give in. I don't know how cards work. It's literally on my screen in front of me, and I said the wrong name.
I actually really like it, and I really like to use it with the dock. So like if I have a dock in my discard, I would like kind of loop the dock to still gain 2 cards in my hand.
Nice.
Very, very nice. What made you want to play Amber Steel Aggro when this format has seen a steep decline? Luke and I were talking about it. I was playing Amber Steel Aggro last set, absolutely loved it. Have felt a little, a little cautious about playing it this set, but you just steamrolled Emerald Amethyst, the combo with the Prince Philip. Why the choice on the deck?
I honestly really like the synergy of the deck. Um, I really like the Tiana combo with the Raja, because I also play the Bodyguard, which you guys didn't really see.
Mm.
Um, the Pete, the Mowgli's. I only have one of the Mickey Mouse, but I'm trying to use that better now too, because like I didn't use it correctly that one game that I played live, so it's like a learning curve with this deck. And then I
Yeah.
like the Penny combo where you can like heal the Nala and it gains more resist.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of great synergies there. I have one question also, Ali, about the doc play that you made on this last final game here. You didn't ink the I won't give in, and we were wondering if maybe you were playing around the Webby Vanderquack, maybe if you were just thinking I want to get that doc, because I've definitely been in that scenario where it's like I got to get this doc out, baby. Let me draw these 2 cards. Any reason why the not inking for the 4th ink on this last game here?
Stupidity. I should have inked.
Just a misstep. Don't be so hard on yourself. We all
no.
make mistakes like that.
I look at Doc and it makes me crazy sometimes, because it makes me go, man, I can't wait to get to these next 2 cards here. It's like watching an apple pie and you're really hungry. That's it's all I think about sometimes. Absolutely phenomenal job playing that deck out. You were seeing some lines. You got the Strength of a Raging Fire out. Yeah, just an absolute clinic in the new way that Amber Steel aggro looks, and I loved the deck build that you had there. I thought the inclusion of the new cards was absolutely brilliant.
And yeah, you might have made that small mistake there, but earlier in that same game, I was just like, oh, you could probably quest for free if you want. And then you didn't. And then on the other turn, I'm like, but, she's probably smarter than me. And then immediately a cat's played. And I'm like, yeah, so she needs 4 characters. So it was very smart of her not to give the option of Go-Go to trade of Mulan so she can sing strength on this cat. So you did a great job of making me look like the stupid person. So it just shows that everyone can make some mistakes there and not realize it. And it's kind of interesting to see and try to guess why someone's making a play there. So very well played, Ali. Randall, we're going to move over and ask you some things. Brent was asking me, and I didn't have the proper way to answer it. So I'll ask you the question before he can.
All right. I'm ready.
Why Amethyst over Sapphire?
I hate several aspects of the ramp game, and I feel like people that are playing, this is my personal opinion, people that are playing the Sapphire Emerald decks, you're really playing to one out of the combo. And the Emerald Amethyst has a lot more tools in the toolbox to be able to keep up with hand parity and things like that, rather than just kind of ramp really fast and hope that you hit the things you need. Because like you said earlier, like you have to have the cards, and if you don't ever get to draw things, then you're never going to have the cards. So I've always liked this color combination in the first place. I played llamas earlier in the season, and I just like the way that this color combination plays.
All right. Brent, did you have any more questions about the Brainiac build? Is that what you call it? Would you say this is a Brainiac list, or just
Definitely
is
not.
it different? Definitely not.
It's very different. Yeah.
What's the main difference?
Well, we're not things that are bouncing back to hand nearly as much as that Brainiac build, and it played llamas, where this is a lot more mid-range focus with the opportunity to like bounce back a lot of the boosted characters for additional card draw, which is always very fun.
Right. I was watching you boost that Flynn Rider even
Yep.
when it wouldn't give you an extra effect, and I thought that that was just a fun part of the deck, especially. And then she
Yeah.
snatched away, obviously, with the Mowgli, the Mother Knows Best there.
Yeah,
Um,
I had the elephant for that next play to be able to essentially get the elephant on the board and have something really sticky, but also draw like 3 cards essentially.
Interesting. I like the build. The build is a lot of fun. I'm assuming you're not running the Amethyst Chromacon, right? It's
I am
not.
not, no.
Yeah, it
Um,
doesn't feel like it.
yeah, because of some of the super aggro stuff that I've been running into, it
Mhm.
feels so incredibly slow, and there's no way to get out of your hand with this.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Is there a specific deck that you're kind of deck or decks that you're targeting? I mean, Luke was saying that over the history of this new meta, it appears that Emerald Amethyst is trying to prey on the Sapphire decks, especially with the cards like Webby. Um, is that the goal? Is
That's
there
exactly the
something more
goal.
at work? Yeah.
Yeah. When I put it together the first time I played it a few weeks back at a tournament, I specifically wanted to play Ursula, and I wanted to play card draw. So like this is the easiest way, obviously, to be able to make that work. But it really opened up my eyes to how unbelievably strong Cheshire Cat is, and some of the other boost characters as well. Whenever you're able to kind of get them back to your hand, or just another way to be able to use ink without losing cards from your hand. So like if you turn to were to just boost Flynn Rider, right? You don't necessarily have to have that 2-drop in your hand, and it helps you get going way faster against the Sapphire decks that kind of, like I said earlier, have to really ramp up before they can do a lot of their fun little tricks.
I really love this idea of I have an extra kind of draw engine in the form of boost, and then these cards that either allow me to bounce my opponent's cards back to their hand, or if I want to draw myself a whole bunch of cards. Really, really interesting deck. How do you feel like it goes into Amethyst Steel? Obviously, you're able to disrupt the plan if you get that Ursula out, steal away one of their Strength of a Raging Fires. But overall, like, have you played a lot of Amethyst Steel? It feels like the boogeyman of the format, and I'm curious about how you feel into that matchup.
Yeah, I've played into it several times. There's a couple of cards that I kind of snuck in here to help deal specifically with things like Genie. Um, but like, yes, you can use the Ursula to rip a strength. However, most of the time, you're just trying to get ahead of them because they have so many things that you just. It's hard to keep up with their board state and like play a control matchup against the Amethyst Steel. So usually for that one, you kind of want to shift gears and go a lot faster if possible.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. All right. Those are all my questions. Thanks so much for your time, Randall. Thanks so much for your time,
Of course.
Allie. This seems like a great time to throw it
Do
to you
shout
both.
outs.
Yeah, shout it out. Randall, why don't you start? Who you shouting out?
Sure. As I'm sure everyone's going to do, I have to 100% shout out my team. Those guys have put up with so much of my garbage and wanting to play completely random stuff. As you could tell by my profile, like that's my personality. So the number of times they kind of have to rein me in to make sure that I'm not going too far off the reservation and can actually stay competitive is innumerable. And then the most important people I always have to shout out my wife and my child for letting me stay up late playing children's card game instead of giving him a bath like I should be.
Shout outs all around. I'm waiting personally, Luke. I don't know about you, for the player that's brave enough to not shout out their team and specifically say, I will not shout them out. Thank you so much, Randall. Allie, this is your time. The floor is yours. Who are you shouting out here?
I'm gonna also shout out the luxury gaming team. They do help me test and tell me what I'm doing wrong sometimes. So kudos to them. I think that's pretty much it.
On your player card, it says this is your first TCG, but after a clinic like that, I gotta say it felt like your fifth. So thank you both players. That was such a fun game to watch, and as an Amber Steel aggro
Ooh.
player, last set myself,
I think
I can't wait to try out your build.
I think
Thank
in
you.
honor of her player card,
Yeah.
we have to ask. We'll talk about it after, but what's your favorite ice cream flavor, Allie?
Oh, it's black raspberry.
Ooh.
Black
Ooh.
raspberry. I've never
That's
even
good.
heard of this flavor. What? Black raspberry?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
like
it's-
a lot of like more of like the fruity type flavors, but black raspberry is really good, and it's purple.
I know you didn't say it, but I thought of like a crumble with it. Like I'm imagining like a doughy crumble on a black raspberry ice cream, but that's just me. That sounds delicious. All right.
A rainbow sprinkles.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a sprinkle.
All
man
right,
myself.
Randall. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Controversially, I do not like ice cream.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
That's why you
God.
lost.
I have sensitive teeth.
That's
I just have never
okay.
enjoyed ice cream.
That's unfortunate. I think I wouldn't
Yeah,
like
no.
ice cream if it hurt my face every time I took a bite too.
The number of times I've been called un-American because I don't like ice cream is shocking.
You got at that point you just milkshake and just bypass the teeth and just suck it straight down. I think that's how much I love ice cream. Is even if my teeth all got sensitive tomorrow, I would still be doing that, just straight down the gut. You know?
Maybe one
All
day.
right. Well, maybe you can try some warm ice cream, and that would be nice. But
Milk.
Deep fried ice
Yep.
cream.
Yeah,
Deep fat
milk.
fried ice
That's the
cream.
one- That's the one.
all right, you two have a great night. We're gonna jump back to the booth. Fantastic
Thanks, guys.
games.
Bye, guys.
All right. So Brent, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Did you ask me my favorite ice cream flavor?
Yes.
I was cool. Sorry, I'm just leaving the. Ooh, chocolate chip cookie dough.
Whoa,
Chocolate-
kid classic right there.
Yeah, it just feels like you get more. You got the chocolate chips, sure. We get the vanilla ice cream. That's amazing already in combination. But now we got this little extra, this texture, yeah.
I might be a cookie dough ice cream fan, but I cannot stand those little chocolate chips. I don't want to chew my ice cream in that type of way.
But
if that
you
makes
just
sense.
said you want like the crumble on top of the black raspberry.
That's
ice
different.
cream.
It's not-
It comes
so-
with its own crumble.
So it's just like gummy bears are good, but gummy bears aren't good on ice cream because
They're
it gets
not.
too cold and too hard. That's
Yeah.
what I don't like about the chocolate chips. But the crumble on the ice cream, that's never hard. That doesn't hurt my teeth. Like that's like
Okay.
deliciousness, right? And if
Right.
done right, it's warm because it's
It's
like
a
a
warm
crumble
crumble.
pie, right?
Every time it's a warm crumble. So you are telling me that you're not even a mint chocolate chip guy because of the
Whoa. The chocolate chips in mint chip though are like chocolate shavings. That is different. I do like mint chip ice cream a lot. I would prefer it if the chips weren't in there. I would have preferred just mint.
Yeah. You
But,
would
you
prefer
know-
just mint?
The chocolate chip aspect of mint chip, I don't care. I eat it because I like the mint flavor that much. And if that mint chip is not green, I don't want it. Like,
I
give me those
believe it.
fake chemicals.
I'll rock with you. I'll rock
I say
with you.
that.
Yeah.
But my favorite ice cream brand doesn't make green mint chip because it's can't think of the name of the ice cream brand.
Thrifty?
No, it's Oregon.
Oregon.
They're from Oregon.
Oregon ice cream brand?
It's like the best brand of ice cream, and my mind is
Is
going
it a
blank.
well-known brand? Tillamook.
Tillamook, yes, 100%. Tillamook.
All right. I did
Um,
not know they were Australian.
Yeah.
I did not know they were Oregonese.
They have some
Your favorite
great
ice cream
flavors. It jumps around, honestly.
I know.
It's hard to say, but yeah, I don't even like. I ask everyone that, and then I don't even have my own favorite one.
What's your favorite one? Just gut instinct right now, just off the rip, off the top.
Some
Gun to your head.
sugary.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Some sugary like fruit flavor with a crunch. I don't know.
You're talking about
It's
a
tough.
sorbet.
But no, I don't. Not a sherbet or sorbet.
Okay.
Oregon as in the state, not like the body part. Chat.
The ice cream is so good, Austin. I would eat it out of an organ if they. I would eat it out of an organ while they were playing it. Yo, chat. Favorite ice cream in the chat. We'll judge your favorite ice creams as we wait for the next match between Steven and Hamza.
So it's tough to say, but if I was to go to a grocery store and only buy one flavor of ice cream, it would be vanilla. But I would put things in it every single time. I am not just eating vanilla ice cream. If I want a chocolatey ice cream or something like that, I'm going to put some peanut butter in it. I'm going to put some chocolate in it, some fudge in it. I don't like Hershey syrup. I'll put something in it to flavor it, and then I'll mix it. I'll use a blender maybe, like pineapple ice cream, super good. Cream. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm gonna go all out on that. So I tend to buy a base. Like I buy plain cheese pizzas, frozen cheese pizzas. But when I cook that pizza, there's honey on it. There's a bunch of seasonings on it. There's salami spread out on it. There's banana peppers on it. There's like spices on it, or peppers on it. I'm going to make that bad boy taste better than a pizza I'm getting from like the grocery store.
Absolutely. You're starting with the base of 4 Dumbos, 4 Hades, and 4 Demonas, and then you know that you can use any other cards to make it more delicious as it goes through. J-Bomb in the building saying vanilla, baby, no toppings. I don't know how much I agree with the no toppings ever, but I will say a good vanilla. You know, are you a bean guy too? Do you like
yes.
Do you like seeing the speckles? I love seeing the speckles. If I get it, yeah.
I went to culinary school for a little bit, so
What?
I prefer vanilla bean ice cream over the other variants. Like I want to see the vanilla bean specks.
I want to see it too. I love it's just, and it
makes it
doesn't
taste
even,
better just by looking. It could
just
literally be
does.
the same.
Yeah.
Put glasses on that put specks on them, it will taste better.
Yeah. And it's weird because it has like when you melt it and you're eating it, it has like a little bit of texture to it. And that little bit of texture does make a difference. And that little bit of texture, not unlike sand, just a teensy bit sandy in the vanilla ice cream, but I love it. I don't know why. New York vanilla, decked out giant. I don't know what New York vanilla is. Never even heard of that.
I can't think of what variant that is. Maybe, is that the yellow one? Like the more egg-based vanilla?
I have zero.
Oh, I remembered what my favorite ice cream was from Tillamook. I had to look it up, but it's the dark cherry.
Dark cherry. We got black raspberry. We got dark cherry. I'm going to tell you right now, Wonderland, I've never tried either of these flavors, but I am excited for the next time I go to the ice cream parlor.
Like Oregon cherries are very good. And that's kind of why I started getting Tillamook initially, was because I was buying cans of the Oregon fresh cherries as like a pie and cake like ingredient. Instead of buying like cherry pie filling, I'd buy a can of those. I was on a kick where I was making crumble, if you'd believe it or not, crumble cakes, where you basically just put like pie filling in and then you put a vanilla cake mix on top and you bake it, and it gives you like the apple crisp crumble that you remember from your childhood. Like very few ingredients, very easy to do. You just feel like a fat kid scraping butter off and putting it on the top layer, right? Like I used to hate cherry. I used to love cherry and then hated it. But the reason is like most cherry flavors are like fruit punch style cherry or maraschino cherry, and I don't want that. Like that's not what I want. I want actual cherry flavoring, and you just don't really get that very much without real cherries.
Interesting. I've always liked the maraschino cherries. I had maraschino cherries before I ever had a real cherry. Because
Me too.
hard to come by in Hawaii. So by the time that I was eating real cherries, I went, what is this? This isn't the cherry. Where's all the sugar? Where's all the syrup? Where's all the stuff I love about cherries?
This isn't my diabetes fruit. What is this?
Yeah.
Get this out of here.
This tastes almost healthy. Get this out of my face.
Oh, and you get them like not de-seeded, and you're just like, why is there a rock in the middle of my fruit?
I know. I think I almost ate the cherry, the little cherry seed when I first ate the cherry. No one warned me. They just assumed I had eaten a cherry before. But no, I was like, oh, a cherry. Ooh, it looks different. Not as coated in.
It's
the
fully
delicious
round.
syrup
What is
I love.
this?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sailor saying, coming in hot, soft serve, half vanilla, half chocolate. I'm going to say depends on where you get it.
I'm sorry, Sailor, but in America, we call that a twist. I don't know it. You're half vanilla, half chocolate. That is a twist, okay?
I've never heard it called a twist. But
What?
Also, again, I'm from Hawaii, dude. I didn't grow
All
up
right.
with all this fancy ice cream technology. All right? I'm with you, Sailor. I would have also called it, the soft serve vanilla chocolate.
Was there not a touristy McDonald's there?
There's a McDonald's, but they don't do chocolate. It's only vanilla.
Interesting.
Do they do chocolate up here? I only thought they only did vanilla ice cream.
So most ice cream machines should be vanilla, chocolate, and then one in the middle that mixes them together. But maybe my McDonald's tech is out, and I'm like a '90s kid thinking of back in the day, and they don't do chocolate at McDonald's anymore.
I don't think they do. I think I think right now you're in the Pizza Hut lunch buffet era.
Yeah,
I think
I'm in this boomer red-topped building, like buffet era. Definitely.
Yeah. You're like, where's the Grimace toys at, y'all? Where's the chocolate ice cream?
So the reason we're talking so much is all the matches finish so quickly that we're like all the rounds are basically waiting for the next round's players to show up. But we don't force them to show up at the first round because if they're not going to play for 2 hours, why do they need to be here? But sometimes things go by very quickly. But we can go through some of the other matches that have happened so far. It does look like 2 of the matches have ended, are basically decided. There were 2 2-0s. It does look like Never Shift beat Ink. They won the first 2 rounds 2-0. So that's our first top 12 into top 8 is Never Shift taking the next step. And then we also had World Class Cards versus the Lorcana Loungers. And it does look like the Lorcana Loungers won the first 2-0.
Wow! So Lorcana Loungers going up. World Class Cards is out. Is that how we're doing this?
That does appear to be, and you can tell from his reaction that was kind of an upset, at least from well-known players. I think, being on a big team myself and wanting to think I'm the best team in the world because I'm an egotistical person, it's very hard to argue that WCC does not have pound for pound the best roster with finishes in all of Lorcana. If not, like, they could cut their team in half and break into 2 and they would have the best 2 teams in Lorcana by the numbers and finishes. Very impressive. So of course I think anyone should be, maybe surprise is too big, but like usurping such an all-star team, I think is very well done by the Loungers. And the reason you might think, why are we watching Inkredibles and Luxury when that match is happening? One, because the Inkredibles and Luxury are awesome. I did look at the matchups, and these are the by far the best matchups to watch. I'm pretty sure there was a mirror match in round 2 for WCC versus the Loungers. I did kind of want to watch their first round. It was, I think, Dogs versus another aggressive deck. Let me double check here. It was Dogs versus Amber Steel in the first round. Amber Steel won. I think that's normally what people think happens. There could be a world though that, you know, the Dogs shifts out under the sea and just wins.
If dogs are running under the sea, I actually think Dogs are the heavy favorite in that matchup.
It comes from what I learned from Sky, and to an extent even Katie, because both of them played the deck very well at some of the events in set 9 against ETB. And this is how you know that like they know what they were doing, is because they had beaten ETB playing Dogs somewhat. I think it was like 50-50ish, like some won, some didn't. But if you can manage their characters so they, one, can't sing, pay 8 to sing, you can get them. But it can be rough. It is attrition based in that way. Sailor's saying Dogs was favored last set. He played it at an event, of course he'd think that. But I think Sky would think it's the other way around, which probably means it's 50-50.
That's fair. That's fair. And the biggest bulk of my testing and playing was last set also. So maybe I'm not up to this new Amber Steel technology that we got going on.
I think Dogs is probably favored now. Because of Mowgli and Ursula too, you don't have the ability to rely on strength as much. So if they prevent your strengths from doing things, you're probably got. But, you know, sometimes if you open on Nala into Tiana and they just have Chromacons and don't hit their under the sea, you're probably winning.
Fair enough, fair enough. What up, Keeper of Cards, WCC in the house, absolutely. Sky Doll Noah, what's going on? We are talking about favorite ice cream flavors, so if you have not yet dropped in the chat your favorite, Luke and I more than happy to talk about it. J-Bomb, though, coming in saying no mirror matches. Tiago on PS versus Amber Steel. Round 2, Dogs versus Purple Steel and loss.
Oh, I forgot. I did get a message that they switched.
Yep.
So had they not switched, maybe they shouldn't have switched.
Maybe they should not have, but what's in the past is in the past. All we can focus on is what's in the present. And presently, I mean, you were asking me what I thought about the meta. I want the meta to be like, 8 different decks. Who knows what's going to happen? I want to see everything playable. I thought that would be fun. What do you think that this is a healthy meta? As Seattle DLC, champion, Continental's bubbler, right? Like you
thanks.
You've done so. You're very welcome. I was so sad for you, man. I was there, and I was like, oh man, it looks like no. I was so sad. I was like, no, but yeah.
It was frustrating. I was still already qualified for Worlds.
Right.
But I like money. And that was like a couple $1,000 loss due to tiebreaks. But I mean, someone else got that. So at least it wasn't like, it didn't like disappear, Like someone at least got the value out of it. I just wished it was me.
So, all that said, what do you think about this meta right now? Do you think that it's healthy?
I haven't found anything that I enjoy playing. So I haven't enjoyed the meta as much, but I do think it's healthy enough because of how many decks there are to be played. And the matchups do not feel as much of a blowout as they did in the last set. I still want it to be better.
Okay.
But I think we're just about ready to start whenever the judge gives the go.
Okay.
So there's that. What do you think? You said you like the meta just because of the amount of decks you could play.
I like the fact that we can see a whole bunch of different stuff. Like it just, the more diverse the meta is, the more opportunities there are for certain decks. I just think the more fun it is as a viewer to watch. So I'm always going to
That
go with
makes
what I
sense.
think is going to be the most dramatically fun. This Calvin and Hobbes, Matt, by the way.
Hmm?
This is
Oh, yeah.
this Calvin and Hobbes Japanese tidal wave.
I love that art,
Matt.
just in general. Like the original painting. I'm a big fan of the wave. He did like dozens and dozens of renditions of it. Like I think he just went to the same spot every day and painted and just did different things. I can't remember the name of the artist.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. I also will say it changes this entire feel of the mat and the story if Calvin and Hobbes are faced the other way with looks of terror on their face. But the fact that they're in this cardboard box smiling, going, yeah, we're riding the wave in this box, really changes the whole feel of the
Yeah,
mat.
it makes me think it's like a Niagara Falls more,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they're just having a good time goofing around instead of potentially getting overturned
We're good
by a
now.
humongous tidal wave. Okay. I'm assuming we're coming up in
Yep.
Amethyst Steel on the side of Steven with the inking of Elsa in the playing. Oh, and a ruby amethyst.
Yep.
Hamza Khan on a ruby am.
I was looking through the lists, seeing the matchups, and then I got to this one, like just all three of the lineups for this, and I was like, these are all good matchups that are not like mirror matches, and then we even have Ruby Amethyst. Like,
I have
just
not gotten a chance to see this matchup enough. I am hyper curious. A lot of people have said it's about 50-50. Have you seen other evidence to suggest that one side may have an advantage over the other?
It's Demona, kind of. Like, if you get to play the first Demona and wipe their board, you're in a pretty good spot. So I think right now Steven has an advantage of being on the play. His one drop is much better than Hamza's one drop, although Hamza's one drop trades with Steven's two drop. So it kind of keeps the Calhoun on the back pedal. But like even Diablo here's like it's a card. It's not bad, it's not fantastic. Now still can't really quest.
Yeah,
for
into
either
the face of
side.
that Calhoun. That Palace Guard just gets lower, dude. That Palace Guard is such a I wanna give credit to Tiago because he's the first person I saw kind of on the Palace Guard. Man, very underestimated card throughout the
But
sets that is now a part of the meta.
If Steven goes with like a genie here though, and then Hamza can crack back. Ooh, already inking one Demona. Crack back with Headless Horseman. That's a cat, a Cheshire Kitty, an insanely powerful card. Not going to see quests really on either side. But since Steven's on the play, he gets to go Genie, draw a card, then play Elsa, take out Cat easily.
Ooh, here's
Hamza
the
trying to
string.
figure out where to put cards to let them get seen without that glare.
Yikes. Yeah, and already off to a frightening start.
This is the
here,
open.
But What
1, 2, 3, 4 strength.
1, 2, 3, 4 strength. Iago? Is that
think
what I'm
so.
seeing? Looks like an Iago
Iago or
spectral.
another cat. It's an Iago whisper.
An Iago whisper. Yeah, Steven here in a commanding position already. Ruby Amethyst, I got to imagine probably not. But we're missing ink on the side of Steven. I mean, any good draws off the top for Amethyst Steel feel like that's in the mirror at least. Whoever draws off the top in the mid game is usually going to win, regardless of who starts off well.
Yeah. The Iago is a little scary, but if Steven has ink Elsa, it's looking pretty good for him. Otherwise, he's like drawing a card with Iago and passing. Maybe deploying another character.
Right.
Ooh, that's
right.
the Olympus. Are we playing it? We're inking it? Does that only... I'm going to look that up. It might only target your characters.
I believe it only does target your characters, but please bring it up. Let's take a look-a-roni here. See what's going on with this next stop, Olympus. I mean, Ooh, Dragon's Fire. Gonna hit the Dumbo. Get that draw mechanic out of here.
You can. So you could play that to target the opposing Iago.
Ooh. Interesting to note here. Looks like Steven really struggling to find some ink. And I mean, as wide as this board is, as frightening as this board is,
And we don't
I don't
even
know.
get to really, we don't even really want to quest with our Iago just because of like hypnotic strength or something like that, or maybe double Lumiere to then allow Hamza's Iago to take it down, or even like another Cheshire Cat. There's just so many scary tricks that could show up to punish us. We don't even get to do that.
I was gonna ask literally why we're not questing out this Palace Guard, but the Lumiere threat is a heavy looming threat, because then what, Diablo will be able to take out the Palace Guard. It looks like Hamza's questing for 2. Oh, next up. There we go.
We're just getting 2 lore off an Olympus. That's interesting. We kind of keeping our hand low. We don't want to have too many cards in case our opponent plays a Demona or if we're playing a Demona. But it was interesting that we went for 2 lore instead of just inking it and passing.
Yeah, or playing it to take out the opposing Iago, right?
He might think it can only target his own characters.
Could be. Glad we looked it up, and I know for
Because
sure
it does, because it says if you have a character, you can play it for free. So reading that, and that's all you read, I would assume it only targets your characters, but it does not.
And Steven not inking, not playing these 2 cards in hand, wondering what these cards could potentially be. Possibly the Demona, and we don't want to ink it. We want to look for more ink. Oh, Horseman's going to come down here. Immediately, the Genie is targeted. And we're at just kind of at a stalemate. This matchup is definitely looking very 50-50 here to me.
Yep. There's definitely lines that can push it one way or the other. Like if Hamza's on the play, and it's just like Elsa takes out opposing genies when you're on the draw, so it's rough if you play it. Headless Horseman can do similar things. And like if you quest with your Iago or something, you can play Headless, take something out, do a favorable trade, and now your Iago takes down their Iago. It just like does some crazy things. Every time I don't think about it, or I'm like, sure, it's not enough, I pass the turn, and they take out every character I play. Because you just don't think about the fact that, oh yeah, their 1-cost Diablo is going to be +3 after like these other 3 trades. And that's another reason why, like, next turn, if Hamza plays a Demona, like, Steven is in not a good spot.
Absolutely, because then we can kind of take the initiative on the challenges. I'm seeing what you mean by the first one to get to their Demona is probably going to win the game.
But sometimes, if you play Demona after their Demona, and they didn't devastate your board, you can claw back. Because you're setting their Demona exerted, and it doesn't ready because you're giving them 3 cards, right?
Ooh.
So, like, there is a weird scenario.
Absolutely. But this Elsa Fifth Spirit going to be able to take out the Horseman. Now we're going to quest the Iago. Interesting.
We do this because we're already kind of, like, their Iago can take down our Elsa. So if it's going to be challenging anyways, it's a free quest with the Iago.
Right. Also probably somewhat free to... In this Lexington kind of scares me a little bit, though, to quest, because you can... We're 1 Lumiere away from, Tinkerbell trading into the Lexington, but maybe not so much a consideration. And maybe you're saying also that if you throw down the Candelabra, then it means that you're not throwing down the Demona, which means that I'm already in a pretty favored position here. Can't imagine any world where we quest out these Calhouns also, but looks like it's going to be a pass from Steven. Hamza will be ahead on ink this turn, though. Will be able to play down a Demona if he has it in hand. I don't know if you can...
We inked one earlier.
Yeah. Both sides, I believe, right?
Oh, did Steven ink one as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Steven already inked down a Demona. Let's see. Yeah, Danzor saying Demona also locks the Lexington down if it is played. A Genie coming down. Sigh of relief on the side of Steven, I'm sure.
It's a rough spot for Hamza. You can't even cleanly take down the Elsa because then the Iago takes it back. And you just do not want that much damage in play for a cat if you can help it.
I don't know if you saw Hamza's hand flashed very briefly here. There is a Cheshire Cat in there. There is also a Demona. Ooh. So those are the two cards in hand. Is there any world? Is there even a thought to ink Demona, play Cheshire Cat? I don't think that there is a world, right?
Yes, Steven is on 5 ink, 1 card in hand. So there could be a world that you do that. But it's weird. Because you're going to be losing your cat, right? But you're drawing 3 new cards. It's a tough spot. I could very easily see doing nothing here. Or at least using your Iago to take out something. That way you have damage stacked. So this way, Iago takes out Iago. You have 4 damage on the opposing Iago that your cat can come into play and take out a Calhoun with. But you just need to hope that Steven does not play his own Demona on this turn. Look how fast Steven is readying those cards. Like, that's not good. That can't feel good as Hamza's. Like, if I saw my opponent do that, like, they're prepped and ready to do something, and it's probably not good for me.
Interesting. Maybe, I mean, partially, stuff like that is also, I think, part of the bluff, right? Like, part of bluffing is, like, making it seem like you have a better hand. And no Demona comes down, so Hamza will not be punished.
That's a bluff that might not matter. Because it's like, well, it's your turn. If you don't have it, you're going to bluff you could bluff a turn late. Like, that's gotten me before, where I'm just like, well, they didn't blow me out, so maybe they'll wait. But they just, like, got super greedy. I mean, I'd probably lose either way, but...
Okay, Iago going to be taken out by the Lexington.
Leaving no damage for a kitty cat. So it's possible Steven saw the cat flickered around too.
Interesting.
Or just a heads-up play. If you don't have the cat, why leave damage for it to punish you?
Yeah, and Steven emptying out his hand, understanding that the threat of Demona is always there, and if you have less cards in your hand, or, you know, I would say it's close to, oh gosh, now I can't even remember the card I'm thinking of. The card that made you want to keep your whole new world. Whole new world.
Whole new world, yep.
Similar to your opponent's hand size, just in case. But
I'd play Demona, I think.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like, cat's very good. And there's a world you ink what you draw, and you just keep the cat in your hand and play Demona. You don't have fantastic challenges. You do get to take out both Calhouns if you want, but you lose both your characters at the same time, right? So maybe that's not worth it.
I couldn't see what Hamza drew here.
Cat. We're playing
Looks
kitty
like
cat.
We're playing
Probably
cat.
Based on what I just said, where I'm like, you know, it doesn't actually feel that good. Inking the Demona.
Inking Demona?
Playing Lumiere.
Oh, Lumiere.
I am surprised that we inked that Demona, because we did not need to.
Yeah, I don't know what the thought process was.
To play around an opposing Demona.
I guess so. It's just like a staring contest, and whoever blinks first is the one who plays the Demona. But it's like, I got to imagine you being the one that plays the Demona is the person who will inherently have the advantage here.
It's not even that fantastic, though.
Oh, I do. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is not that fantastic because.
But I'd like it next turn.
I mean, why use Tinkerbell also instead of the Diablo, and then you have the 2 additional ink to then boost the Cheshire Cat and move 1 damage over from the Diablo onto the. Why trade there? The Tinkerbell into the Palace Guard when you just made a point to play the Cheshire Cat.
I mean, 1 damage being moved probably just isn't enough to matter, and so he's getting 1 more lore by doing it this way.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
But he does lose a character. Like, he could have gained no lore and just taken out the character and then moved 1 damage over to the Iago or a Calhoun.
Yikes!
Oh.
And now he's gonna use the 2, take out the candle, and I think we can. Yeah,
My guess
we
is
can quest this genie.
Hamza is taking some incredibly risky plays because he knows that he probably just gets to feel that the other play isn't good enough and he loses with it. So he's like, well, my out is doing this and them not having the cat. And then, like, I'm going to top deck something and get in a good spot.
And now Steven gonna quest the genie. I guess the idea is that you don't care if that genie gets taken out because now we can bop the genie with our own genie, move the damage over, take out the genie with the Cheshire Cat. But
We
I
also
guess
can
then
take out both Calhouns.
Yeah. We can do that instead, and that's probably the better play, which is why if you're going to quest out both Calhouns, you might as well quest out the genie. Ooh. And you're in
But
a
we
kind
could
of
also-
yucky position. Yeah.
We could move the damage onto Genie and still take it out, but then we're losing everything. But it does kind of... We need to clear these characters off the board.
Yeah, and I wonder what Hamza just drew into there.
The problem is since we're moving damage off of Cat, we don't really want to hit Genie and challenge because then Steven just moves damage off of Iago and takes out our Genie and then challenges something with Iago, and it's a rough spot. I am kind of interested to see what Hamza's last cards are.
Yeah, if I'm
Oh.
not mistaken, it's only 1 card in hand for Hamza. Swooping strike!
Oh, and it gets rid of the cat. It's not that bad here. It's like, it's brutal for Hamza. He's not in a great spot, but dang, that's hilarious timing for that card.
That is incredible. Yeah, swooping strike. Each opponent chooses and exerts one of their ready character. That's the card, right?
Yeah.
Is that the...
I'm
Wow.
interested that we did it this way, though, right? Because we could have just... Oh, no. We could have just played Swooping Strike, then challenged the Cheshire Cat with Genie, and then activated our cat and moved the damage onto the cat. The difference is that our Cheshire would stay readied, and there would be an extra Calhoun. But that would allow Steven to gain 5 lore going to 15. And maybe that's the thing. And then we lose if, like, a Demona comes down. But, like, we're literally giving Steven 5 lore because of Calhoun here. But maybe Hamza's just going to top deck Headless Horseman for the Genie. And then,
Gross. Absolutely gross. I mean, yeah, we challenge Genie into... probably not, right? It doesn't even matter, because we take out Cheshire Cat, gain 2 with the Calhoun, challenge Genie into Genie, or Iago into Genie. I guess either way works. That Iago, a little bit...
you don't want to
and
give your
another
opponent
Demona.
3 cards?
Oh, interesting. Interesting plays. This whole match has gone very different from what I assumed would happen the entire way through. Yep. Then we challenge in. Now we got a Dumbo against Hamza with 0 cards in hand. If this is a Demona, are we kind of back, huh? Okay, that's a... Let me count how much ink I have to play my 1-cost Diablo. Obedient Raven. Whoo! And now we're going to get up to 6. We're going to get up to 19 here. We're going to be able to draw 3 cards. We don't even need to. Who needs to draw 3 cards off of making history when we have a dock in hand? How about we draw 5 cards? Says Steven. Yeah, okay.
He's already dead, man. Leave him alone.
He's already dead.
Yeah, Hamza's like, all right.
Yeah.
I've seen
Enough. Never gonna stop in the chat saying we are never back. We are Wonderland. How many times are we gonna get teased that Ruby Am is all the way back just to be beaten back down into the ground? But to that point, we have a Nationals Continentals qualified player who played Ruby Amethyst, won with Ruby Amethyst.
Well,
is there legs to the deck,
so
or was that a yeah?
So it's very similar to Zan winning with Whale.
Nobody
The question
saw it coming.
is, no one saw it coming. The question is Whale going to be as popular as Ruby Amethyst is at Milwaukee? Because supposedly it beats up on Amethyst Steel. Supposedly. And if that's really the case, there could be an argument that it'll be a heavy hitter there. But from what I've heard, it's not very good against Amber Steel. It's kind of a rough matchup.
Whale is bad into
yeah.
Amber Steel?
Yeah, they're just too fast. The problem is they just like beat them down. Richmond, not Milwaukee. Sorry, thank you, Sailor. So yeah,
But if you're making the meta call, if I'm making the meta call tomorrow, I gotta assume that there's gonna be, I don't know, at least 3 times, 2 to 3 times the amount of Amethyst Steel than there is to Amber Steel. Amber Steel on the decline. Amethyst Steel.
Oh yeah,
feels like the deck to beat right now. I'm not playing Amber Steel, and I want to. I want to play Rockstar Stitch. I've built a Rockstar Stitch deck in like every color combination because I want to play Rockstar Stitch. If they had just given me a 1-cost shift target instead of this 2-cost shift target, my life would be so much better. But alas, it just doesn't feel good enough. Obviously, I'm giving myself a handicap by playing that, but I have shuffled up, sleeved up the Amber Steel aggro, and it's just like if you do not hit your docks, it feels so bad. Yeah,
it's just like the combo is so devastating, and even then, like Demona kind of gets you too. Sometimes, she's just big. Elsa's annoying. It's hard to say. It's just not as good as you'd think it would be. I don't know what needs to change for it to be better, honestly.
It needs some way to combat against... it feels like it needs some way to combat against all the stuff that Sapphire got this set, because it felt like last set, if I was playing against Blurple or anything Sapphire, it was like, all day, let's go. Now, with Sapphire Steel, Emerald Sapphire, it doesn't have a catch-up card. If it had something like a Webby, maybe...
Yeah,
maybe.
it needs one more card advantage card. It needs like an aerial to look at the top 4 and grab a song. It needs just something that applies pressure and gives you card advantage. Like Amethyst Steel has so many cards that does that. And it's like both decks have Doc, okay, but Amethyst Steel also has Genie, also has Dumbo, also has Hades, also has Demona. And it's just like, okay, how am I supposed to get into a mid-range? Like, in aggro and aggro, one deck will become the control deck, and it is always Amethyst Steel, and they will win, like, that control thing, because they are going 1, 2, 3, and they have a bunch of 3, like, strength characters. They're gonna be able to bash down.
Right. And maybe a step in the right direction with that Amber card. That's basically a Cinder, like the Singer 3 Cindy, but on the draw for the next set in Winter Spell that we're going to be getting. Maybe a little hinting at maybe more Stitch support for your Madman Rockstar deck, you know? So exciting stuff in the upcoming sets here. Meanwhile, we are at almost the exact same that we were last time, other than the fact that Hamza was able to find a Illumineer quest out that Tinkerbell just a teensy bit more safely. And what's the turn 3 play here, I wonder? If we're Ruby Amethyst, what do we want on turn 3? Obviously, turn 4, you know, we're spoiled for choice. We got the genies, we got the Dumbos. Is there a turn 3? Is Hamza taking a little extra time here because there is no turn 3 to drop? Curiouser and curiouser. We were going into negative time. I appreciate it. Getting some positive time back. We're keeping keeping it all positive here. What is that? Medallion weights? Medallion weights coming down over the Cheshire Cat. Interesting. I can't hear you, Luke, if you're talking.
Oh, my mic. I double muted and I only unmuted one.
Gotcha.
Medallion weights, though. Inking Cat to play medallion weights. You perfectly responded to what I said, actually. Like, you're like, medallion weights, like, right after I'm like, Inking Cat to play weights. Steven's like, no, you play the cat.
Yeah. Medallion weight's not an option in the Amethyst Steel deck. This is a card that I feel like has been played around with for a long time now. Notably in a lot of the Ruby Steel decks that were trying to find more draw mechanics, right? A little bit more consistency.
It's so close, but it's not quite there. But it's dang close. And anything to make your opponent not quest can be quite good. Normally, Medallion Weights turns into a scenario where one deck is like, all right, I have to beat you before you beat me from the advantage you're gaining from Medallion Weights. So I'm going to take 2 turns off, build up a board, and then turn them sideways 2 or 3 turns to mitigate how many draws you have from Medallion Weights. But like if Steven was to just quest the turn after Weights, giving Hamza the ability to draw a card every turn, then yeah, Hamza's going to probably take over the game very quickly. But Steven's not doing that.
Interesting. I mean, is there a talk me through not questing the Tinkerbell here to sort of bait out the something to turn sideways?
Well, the cat's there. So the Palace Guard just takes out the Tinkerbell, and then you pay 2 and you take out Lumiere. And then Hamza can activate Medallion Weights on his Diablo, take out Palace Guard, draw a card. But now he only has 3 open ink left.
Right, but if you have the Lumiere there, then Palace Guard can't take out...
Well, you wouldn't have the Lumiere. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It wouldn't work that way because... But I guess to that point, right, we're playing around Strength of a Raging Fire. We have all kinds of steel tools to start taking out things.
Yeah, if a strength hit the Lumiere and then we got to challenge in, that would be not great.
Yeah, you're just brutalized at that point.
But there is a world that we could have gained 1 lore with that Tinkerbell because of the Lumiere coming down.
Yeah, I get it though, because the punish that you described is, that punish would be absolutely devastating if you have something that can take out the Lumiere. I mean, even if it's like a Fire the Cannons, right? Because these guys don't know the deck lists. 1 Fire the Cannons ruins your whole
And some
day.
people play it. Like, that's definitely a card that someone could play a 1 or 2 of.
Yeah, agreed.
And Cannons is a little bit better when you have Cat, because then you can push through that last point or 2. When they're like, oh, they can't do it. It's like, Cat, use Cannons. Finish your thing off.
Not a bad spicy tech card, I guess. People be aware. People be aware.
Good against Lumieres, that's for sure.
Of the Cannons, yeah. But there's not enough Ruby Am to be like, oh, I'm teching for Ruby Amethyst this set. Like, nobody said 0 people ever as the Hercules comes down. Hercules.
Hercules is
5-3.
pain.
Absolute pain. Can't be dealt damage unless he's being challenged. And when the character is exerted, all of your hero characters, of which, funny enough, I don't believe any of them are heroes, right? Because Tinkerbell is an ally.
Nope.
Diablo, yeah. And we do. Now we quest. Now we say, all right, Your move.
So this is interesting. Like, if we have an Elsa, we can Elsa take down the Lumiere and then trade our Jafar with Diablo. And
Whoa.
oh yeah, we Hercules is scurry.
Did you just say Hercules is scurry?
Yeah, he's scary.
I don't know what that means. Oh, scary.
He's scurry.
I thought you were saying a magic term. I thought you were like, yeah, Hercules is just like the card scurry.
Yep,
From Magic the Gathering. People be throwing out all kinds of stuff, wheels and scries and bibbly bops. Everybody got the magic terms that I've been learning slowly over the years here.
This is kind of a neat play by Steven.
Yeah?
Oh, I don't know about this part, Steven. I don't know about this part, Steven. Oh, we're singing Strength. Never mind. That's fair. I was thinking you don't even need to do that. You could just wait, but I get this still gets it. The fact that your cat takes out the Lumiere, you don't have to care. You don't have to worry about exerting it. Like if we didn't have Strength, we could have just quested with our evasive and passed, leaving cat and Palace Guard up. And then next turn, we can activate cat, move 2 damage off of our Elsa, and take out the Lumiere. And so then their Diablo still can't do stuff. But this way, we empty everything, and we could then next turn play Demona, refill our hand, challenge down their whole board if they redeploy things.
Oh, so you're thinking that this last card is a Demona in a perfect world.
It's always Demona. It's always the perfect card.
It always comes right when you need her. Meanwhile, this medallion waits. I mean, he turned the Palace Guard sideways. We would be able to draw a card, buff up the Lumiere, take out the Palace Guard, still have the Lumiere survive, and then deploy more threats to the board. I think Steven was thinking about that. Any reason why we would go ahead and draw? Probably because he's got the Demona, and it won't matter either way.
I do think that Hamza probably should have inked the medallion weights and played the cat on curve. Because the situation he's in now is kind of rough, where he doesn't need the medallion weights. He could have kept medallion weights maybe and used it later, because I think cat fills a similar role. And imagine a world that you get to like play weights and activate it and cat all in the same turn on like turn 6. That could be pretty good. Use your cat to take something out it shouldn't be able to, and then move damage to something else when they were expecting you to have to move the damage onto the other thing to finish it off. Another cat.
Another cat hidden, but I get it. We're on damage control now. I mean, that's gonna buff up Lumiere, but
not
enough to take anything out. Yeah. Whoo, boy. 1 card in hand for Hamza here. Probably, again, playing around the Demona. The question is Steven going to be able to deploy it? If he does, even if Hamza's able to draw 2 cards.
Steven is at an insanely low lore. Like, he does not have very much lore. He's about to have more cards. If that last card is a Demona, you'd let him draw instantly, because then it's like, okay, whatever. But if we don't have Demona in hand, it becomes a scenario where we might be putting it on the bottom.
Ouchie mama! The card is going to the bottom here. Dumbo's going to be able to quest. I'm assuming we quest out the Palace Guard and the Cheshire Cat as well.
Well, then Hamza could trade with the cat and draw a card.
True. Or just get a 2-for-1, take out the Palace Guard.
Ooh.
Not the best, though, because the thing is...
We're just taking out that Dumbo so fast.
Yeah.
If only we had the thing, but now we're losing our Lumiere.
Yeah, because Cheshire Cat's going to be able to just move that damage over. Really, 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 really tough position. Just a nasty position for Hamza. I've definitely been in this position, sitting there thinking, what am I doing? Why did I play this deck?
I don't like that quest.
No?
Because Steven gets to just challenge Lumiere and then pay 2 and move 2 damage off his Hades onto the Elsa to take it out.
Yeah. Make him take out the Lumiere. Has your opinion on Hades changed
rough.
at all? Because
I never liked
believe-
Hades.
You still don't?
I still don't like Hades. I think it's definitely a win more card.
I feel like if I told you though that there was a 5-cost card that had 3-4 stats and 1 lore that drew 2 cards, you would say that's incredible. Or if I said,
because it
takes
always
it out.
draws 2. If it did either of them, always,
yeah.
all the time, either of those 2 things, the card would be great. But the fact that your opponent can choose when it does it, so it will never take out a character you need to take out to not lose a game. And it will never let you draw cards when your opponent has a Tipo only in play. Right? They're just going to put the Tipo on bottom. And that's why I don't like it. It's only winning when you're like, haha, I'm going to play this Hades, and if you give me cards or put your character on bottom, I win. It's just a body that gives me card advantage. It's great there. But the moment you're on the back foot, it's just like way worse. And like it punishes you. Like it punishes your opponent when you're winning, and it punishes you when you're losing.
Okay.
And that's why I don't like it. It is the best Punisher card that's ever been printed just because it's on a body. But I do believe there was, I don't know if it was leaked or if it's officially spoiled yet. There were cards that were on Twitter. I know they
Little
got
snowman.
taken. Yeah, I don't know if it got shown later. It was also a Punisher card. I also don't think it's great. I think it's very flavorful and cool and probably good for the game to have these mechanics, but I don't think it's going to do much. Steven has just been all over this board with like card draw. Genie into Doc seems like a pretty good turn. Pretty good.
Yeah, even
Pretty
if we have
good.
to discard the Genie, I mean, dude, for 6-8, I mean, it's all coming up, Steven. It's all coming up, Steven. Meanwhile, we got medallion weights. We can...
I like how you start laughing part way. You're like, I love this card, but dang, medallion weights. Come on, bro.
I'm starting to see. I mean, it's just so disappointing. You just want it to do well. When I saw the card at first, I went, this card
It's
is
insane and
absolutely
limited.
broken.
Right?
It's nuts. When I see Shere Khan, I go, this card is broken. Why is nobody playing it? And then you just watch, and you just get sad, and you just realize slowly it's not as good as it is on paper.
The onboard tricks are just too much. People just don't realize how easy it is to play around cards like that. And when you're playing around it, it makes the card not great. All of a sudden, you're playing, for Shere Khan, you're playing a 3-cost 3/3 that quests for 1. All right? People aren't even playing Pete, and its ability does a lot more than Shere Khan's ability does a lot of times. There could be arguments that you play it, and then they don't get a quest because you're representing scary things. Did we draw off of the medallion weights? I don't know if that's something we can miss or not.
I believe we drew off the medallion weights.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Thought I saw it.
I probably shouldn't have interrupted them because maybe that is something you can miss. I don't know for sure.
Next stop, Olympus.
Isn't this the first time weights has been activated? Did I miss a turn while I was rambling about Shere Khan?
No, this is the first time weights has been activated. Let's see medallion weights. Let's show the good people at home. You may draw a card.
So I shouldn't have said anything technically, since it is a May. But Olympus should not have cost ink.
Right,
No. If the character medallion weights gives challenger, let me look.
No, not challenger. It's just a good old +2.
Oh, then yes, it would have made the Olympus cheaper.
Because
But even if it was
5.
challenger, you could do it and post challenge, then use the weights for free and ready it, because it would have the challenger bonus doesn't go away.
And now we see
pretty
the
sure.
shark.
If only that wasn't game, the shark might have been able to actually get us back in
Pull off
because of the
combo
Olympus.
with the-
He had the Hercules in hand.
Yeah.
So I guess
Ooh.
Hercules has to be exerted too, though. I think actually.
Yeah, so that Hercules needed to have been played a turn before. Shark needed to come out with some kind of rush ability. Looking at you, White Rabbit's pocket watch, and then the next stop
Let's
Olympus was in there. We could have pulled off the infinite combo. I mean, man, oh man,
let's jump on over to Discord.
The second
yeah.
they're gonna do player
Let's do
interviews.
the.
Yeah, sure thing.
Hamza, you had some amazingly cool cards there. Sadly, they did not do enough. That medallion waits, though. I love that card.
It was, I mean, shout out to my teammate Chris Loyola for coming up with the list. Yeah, it's a one of in the entire deck, but when it gets down, you usually win the game.
Yeah, it had me scared to quest or do anything.
I guess my question, Hamza, is there a world where you think that game could have gone much more different if you had in fact inked the medallion weights and then on turn 3 played the Cheshire Cat?
Yes, I do think so. I think there were two plays that were probably bad in my opinion. I drew an uninkable the turn I needed to play Elsa. And I think Cheshire Cat, instead of having to ink and play the weights for sure, I mean, I just wanted to set it up, but it never really got any value up until the end. So that's unfortunate.
Right, but that's all in hindsight, because if you had known that you wouldn't have had the ink, then that makes
Exactly.
It's
And he
an
played the
age-old
play.
thing where it's just like you have to decide, is playing the character worth missing the ink, and sometimes you have to choose, well, if I don't play the character, I'm going to lose the game anyway, so I have to hope to draw the ink, and then you miss. You get a little punished, and it's unfortunate, but sometimes you just have to go for it.
Yeah. I think the real kicker and the real play that screwed me over was game 1. I blanked on the idea that next off Olympus could target Iago.
Yes.
Because Iago, what?
Oh man, yeah.
Was that what you were looking at your phone? Did someone message you that? Someone
Afterward,
messaged
yeah.
me to ask you that question. And I
Afterward,
was like, you
they
know
were
what? Yeah, we just assumed that you thought you could only target your own characters with it, which if you
I know better.
yeah, if you read it, it starts off like if you control a character and you're like, oh yeah, sure, my character's only, but no, it's just free then if you have that character.
So I think if I kill the Iago, I feel a lot better.
Yes.
That's okay.
Was there anything differently that you think you could have done, Steven? Even though you still won, do you think there was something that could have changed the outcome a little bit?
I mean, it worked out pretty well since I was able to keep him low cards in hand for most of it. I think probably a few of my challenges my quests when he had the Lumiere on board, I could have stood upright for another turn or so. But that's about all I can think of. I think I got just really fortunate he didn't draw into like any of his really scary stuff to break parity early on.
Anything.
Yeah, it looked like you were a turn away from that Maui shark there at the end.
Yeah, I was struggling with this matchup a lot earlier in the season, but I realized when you just don't play your genie on curve and just play like 3 attack characters, it doesn't give their headless horseman any value. So I just kind of try to follow that game plan.
It seemed to work out pretty well. We were literally talking in the matchup of how it would be if like he curved on the play and you play a genie. Like his headless horsemen are basically like Elsa's 5 through 8 in the ability to take out your curved genie when you're on the draw, which makes obviously Iago much better in that spot. But
yeah, both games I had the genie in hand after my mole, so I was just kind of sitting on that uninkable for a while. So I just played around that, but fortunately it worked out. But I think Hamza just low rolled a little bit with his hands for sure.
Very much so. And you also had the Elsa to punish him at the perfect time to like take out. He finally set something up to try to do something, and you're like, well, I have the exact actual counter to it. Sorry to let you know this, but it's worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah, purple steel just doing what it does.
Steven, I'm super curious about what you think about the matchup in general when your opponent is drawing well and is able to deploy some of the threats onto the board. Like, a lot of people I know have been telling me it's about 50-50. I'm wondering if you think that there is like a advantage or disadvantage one way or the other.
Yeah, like I said, I was struggling with it a lot early on in the set, and honestly have not practiced against it a whole bunch since. But I think if we're able to stall the board out a little bit and, take advantage of our characters challenging or singing into theirs, it definitely helps out. And again, avoiding Headless Horseman value, I think, is really the key to the matchup a lot of the times.
Interesting. And Hamza, I'm curious about your selection for the deck, especially when I and probably the rest of the world know you as the Ruby Sapphire super control deck type of guy. You're playing more of a combo setup. What have you been thinking about Ruby Am so far?
I really liked it, and as I was saying before, Dr. Cruciola's list really inspired me. I love the shark free Olympus plays that just wreck people. But I also think that because everyone knows me as one thing, I need to switch it up a little bit, or else you're able to just counter me. And I thought, why not for the ICL? If I'm going third and people have been knowing me to play blue steel throughout, why not trade something else? Turns out that was the wrong decision, but
but man, it would have felt so big brained if it worked out. That's always how that.
Know, right?
Yeah, if they'd queued up right, if you had queued up right into dogs, I feel like that would have been that would have been the Gigabrain play, huh?
The worst part is I was supposed to play first, but then work ran late, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, can't play. Never mind." Yeah.
Gotcha. In a different timeline.
Correct.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, I actually had it. I had the things wrong. I thought you were supposed to play in the second round. So yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, I made sure to put 3.
But is there any shout outs either of you want to give before we finish this night off?
Yeah, you want to go first?
Sure thing. I want to thank you, Wonderland, for hosting such a fantastic ICL. This is Luxury will be bidding adieu as we just lost in the first round of the playoffs. So I really want to just shout you out for doing a great job engaging everyone, allowing all the people out here to commentate and really build a community in the game. I want to shout out to my team, Luxury. Sorry I couldn't hold it down, and it's 100% my fault, but I love playing with y'all, and you guys are the reason why it's fun to play these fun decks. And shout out to the Lorcana community. I think that this game just developed, and I know people are having some issues with what's been going on, but I think if we just keep chugging along, we're all going to have a great time. Then shout out to my opponent, Cosmonaut, for having a great game and being a great sport about it. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
I will shout out my team as well, the Inkredibles. Always so supportive and just fun to hang out with all the time. Shout out to the judges, the commentators, and everybody who runs the ICL. Thank you guys for all the hard work. I know a lot goes into setting this up. And then shout out to Luxury and Hamza. Great playing you and the team. And hopefully we see each other in the future.
Well, chat wanted to say that Habibi loves you. So great job. Congratulations to taking down the game 3 to keep your team in and going in the top 8. It's unfortunate for you, Hamza, but you did a good job and you made it to the top cut. Hopefully we'll see you all back for the next season when that starts up. You played great. Have a great night. Thanks a lot. we're gonna jump
Okay.
back to the booth.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. That was pretty good. Pretty good. How does it feel? It was your first triple header night, right?
First triple header night. I mean, I'm feeling like, man, if you got another game queued up, I'm good to go, man. This has been an
they're all
exciting
done.
time. An exciting
They're all done.
time in
And
the ICL. Yeah.
2 of the other matches ended early. So as we talked, Never Shift took out Ink. So that's going forward with Never Shift. And as we just saw, the Inkredibles taking down Luxury, and the Lorcana Loungers took down World Class Cards. And the last one also went to a match 3. In their first game, Voodoo take down Sploosh Magoo 2-0. So that's 1 point for the Ink Knights.
Shout out Sploosh Magoo, by the way, for one of the
Such a fun
funniest
name to
names.
say.
Just
So fun to say.
Just so fun, and the Tim and Eric reference, I see where you're coming from.
Oh, I didn't even know
that.
that's a Tim and Eric reference.
I believe it is a Tim and Eric reference where
It
they
sounds
go,
like something
"Sploosh
from
Magoo." I'm pretty sure. I'm 95% sure, but if it's not, incredible name. Thank you for the entertainment off the name alone. Please continue.
And then in match 2, Momentum for Freedom Gaming took down against Ink Knights. Pretty obvious since we said it went to 3. The Freedom game had to get that second one. And in game 3, we had Baymax versus Sisu. And while Sisu was trying to get that triple K out for victory, the Ink Knights, they took that shield, they blocked, and they took it down. Baymax took it down for Ink Knights 2-0. So the Ink Knights move on 2-1 into the top 8.
Congratulations, Ink Knights. When it's robot versus dragon, it's hard to know who's coming out on top, but apparently tonight it was robot.
You would think in actual Disney canon that Sisu as a dragon would beat Baymax, but she's kind of a peaceful dragon. Maybe not.
She's a more chill dragon. That is true. You ever watch the show Girls 5 Eva?
No, I have not heard of this.
It is
I want to say I haven't heard of it, but it also sounds familiar in a weird way.
It's basically same team as like 30 Rock and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Same type of humor. Very funny.
See, that's
Very
weird
great.
you say that, because I do not like the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt at all.
No, really?
But I love 30 Rock. I love Tina Fey. I love her stuff, but I just do not like the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I think it's because I didn't really like her character when I first watched The Office, even though I've rewatched The Office a few times and I don't hate her character like I did the first time. I don't know why I disliked her character so much.
So
maybe I
never
should
watched
retry
Office.
Kimmy Schmidt.
Never watched it, so I had no opinion on it.
It's great and terrible at the same time.
The reason I bring it up is you should watch Girls 5 Eva, by the way, because if you liked 30 Rock, you will probably end up loving this show. The boyfriend of the main character.
5 Eva.
Yeah, it's about a girl group band that are now in their 40s and have like a comeback kind of moment, and now they're trying to steal back that glory. Very funny show, but my favorite thing about any Disney commentary was the husband of the main character goes, "I didn't watch Raya and the Last Dragon. I didn't watch it because I don't like the fact that there's a dragon that doesn't sing. I don't want to watch any Disney movie where a dragon is there and it doesn't sing." And I was like, that's such a funny.
Does Mushu sing?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. I thought he does. He sings.
I mean, Eddie Murphy's got some pipes, but I don't think he sang in that movie.
No, he does sing. Those guys got us scared to death.
Oh, like one line. That's fair.
One line's
That's
all
fair.
it takes.
Yeah, I mean, Sebastian's got, just kiss the girl, just one little line's all that matters, I guess. It looks like every team that was higher seed won their match.
So 0 surprises this week on the ICL.
But it wasn't all play draw dependent, because every single game except for Allie versus I want to say Kendall, and I know that's wrong. His name on here is Theo, but that's not right. Let me.
Oh, but Allie's
I
opponent.
will find it.
Every game.
They were the only one that wasn't a 2-0. Every other match was 2-0. So, like, the play draw did not actually matter as much.
Wow.
Randall. Sorry, Randall.
Randall. Shout outs, Randall. With your,
But that's
your 3 meta-defining seasons. I love
it.
Those 2 cards had me cracking up. The best cards.
It is crazy because, like, I felt set 9 was insanely play draw dependent, and most of the matchups felt 2-1. Like, it was always kind of like very who was on the play. But when you have this many 2-0s, especially because some of those were mirrors, I guess the mirrors didn't happen, so I'd have to recheck. So maybe they were just favored in certain, like it was lopsided, and that's a bad thing, maybe. But I don't know. It's tough to say. But we'll be back next week. Let me check. We're not back tomorrow. We did vote to change the schedule slightly because we did not want to have these 4 teams that won tonight have to then play again tomorrow right away. Now you might be thinking they're not physical athletes. Why do they need a days of rest? Well, first of all, if you have not ever played in a DLC and know what kind of mental fatigue is at the end of it, sure. Granted, they've only played 1 game, so that kind of fatigue might not be there, but they're also working. They're living their normal day-to-day life. They don't have all the time to devote that someone might do it. So we did ask the players, and we had a very overwhelming percentage to it, so we pushed that off. So today, the 16th, was the top 12. We're going to be taking a bit of a break. We are not coming back until December 30th. So this is it for the main ICL show until the end of the month. And then we're coming back for top 8 on the 30th, and the top 4 will be the 13th and 14th. So we're taking a week off for Richmond as well. We learned earlier in the season we just need the actual whole week for DLCs off so people can travel very easily and not have to stress about it for that. Top 4, 13th, 14th, and the finals is January 20th. Still before the next set comes out. If everything goes perfectly, who knows? Maybe Season 3 starts with Whispers, or the next set, but it might push off a little bit longer. In the downtime, we might have a fun show. Who knows what we'll do.
A fun show?
Well, like, I went through a lot of effort of inputting all of the stats into a Google Doc.
Okay.
So we have statistics for players. So we can create an all-star Division A versus all-star Division B matchup or something like that. There's some fun things we could try to do if players have free time. It's also Christmas. People want to spend time with their families. It's
not me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure she loves hearing that.
I just want to throw all the cardboard on the ground and just lay in it. And
well, so when I first made the schedule for like Thanksgiving, I was like, I want to watch Lorcana on my Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
People play football on that. Yeah, people also get paid a lot of money to play football on Thanksgiving.
That is true. And they get to win a big old turkey dinner. I mean, man, when you know you're fighting and at the end, like, imagine we were playing a big game and then at the end, if you win, you get a big old turkey dinner. Oh, who would say no to that Thanksgiving Lorcana game day matchup, Never going to stop. Also, making a good point, we were talking about Sebastian going, his only song is I Want to Kiss the Girl, forgetting that Under the Sea,
he sings
song.
a bunch, yeah. So for me, when I think of Sebastian, I just only see that scene where he leans over to say that in the boat thing. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know why. But yes, he does sing a lot in that movie, actually. The call out, like, sings more than everyone else. But Mushu doesn't.
Mushu deserved his own song.
He did.
He needed a lot more respect for Moosh. Come on. One's in chat if you agree. Mushu needed a solo song. This was right before he did Dreamgirls and popped off and got the Oscars, so I get it, Disney. But give him the song. Give Mushu
I don't even know what Dreamgirl is. I have not
Dreamgirls?
listened to Eddie Murphy's music in a hot minute.
That was 2004. This is the movie he did, or 2007 or so. He did the movie with the girl who was 4th place on American Idol. Her career took off after that too.
Oh, I've never seen this
Jennifer
movie.
Washington or something. Yeah, I've never seen it either. I just know it exists. It was like the movie after, like Pluto Nash and Norbit kind of like killed the Eddie Murphy train, and then he dropped Dreamgirls. I believe won the Oscar, and then it was like, okay, he can do whatever. Jennifer Hudson, thank you.
I mean,
never gonna stop. Got my back in here.
I wanted to say he was in Flubber, but he wasn't in Flubber with Robin Williams, was he? Was he in Flubber 2, maybe?
Oh man, your Flubber 2 is too deep into the Disney meta.
He played what was the movie where he played an entire overweight family?
The Nutty Professor 1 and 2,
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
3.
That's what I'm
The
thinking.
Nutty
of.
Professor. Yeah. He had that.
We
string of, like,
did we
incredible-
quote that earlier with the Hercules?
Yes. It all comes full circle, baby. That's the improv nature. You just talk long enough, everything
It'll
comes
come back.
Everybody, Illumineers of all ages, thank you so much. This has been so fun. Luke,
Yeah, we should probably raid somebody.
It's feeling about time. Any other things you need to shout out? Any other things you need to let the people know? We're about to take a nice
I'm sure
long
there
break.
is.
Eat
But
a
I
whole
can't
bunch
think
of
something.
festive ham. Are you a ham guy during holiday? It feels like turkey for Thanksgiving. Ham is the Christmas meat.
I like a good ham if it's very well. It's hard to say. Like whatever one I think is cooked better. I like both of them fairly equally.
I like it when the skin of the ham is nice and sweet and crispy. Oh,
if there's
hungry,
not
everybody.
pineapples and caramel on top of the ham while it's cooking in the
Yeah.
oven, I don't want it.
Yeah. I'm with you. So everybody, eat your hams, eat your turkeys, eat whatever meat you want, whatever protein. We're talking tofu. Shout out vegans. Whatever you need, go get it.
We're gonna raid a non-Lorcana player. Well, a non-Lorcana stream, but he is a former Lorcana player that we haven't chatted with in a hot minute.
Savage?
Rosh. Yeah, he's playing Once Upon a Galaxy.
Don't know what that game is.
Which is a neat game. It's like a storybook brawl, but not as good, but not a scam. So, it's kind of good. But it was fantastic casting with you. Well, I'm assuming we're going to do it a bunch more. I know JD and Garrick and them are all just jealous that they didn't get a cast with us. While they're sitting in Disney going on rides, they're jealous of us, not the other way around.
I'm sure they're really sad drinking their beers, eating their wonderful food.
Yeah, I even messaged Katie. I was like, do you want to do like a Disney weather report? She's like, no, I'm going to be on rides. I'm like, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Get that weather out of here. I'm on.
All right.
What's the big ride? I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Luke.
You want to do any shout outs before we press? We got like 20 seconds.
Brent's Quest on YouTube. Brent Mukai across everything else. Thanks for watching, everybody. Shout out to you at home watching. We appreciate you.
The viewers like you. Have a fantastic night. And we're raiding. Like Mortal Kombat villain with electric powers. Is that the raiding we are?
I love that raid.